Good num num numbing. We're back for session 8 of Fairy Fencer F. I didn't realise this quirky game was going to take so many live streams. I know they've been a bit shorter than, like, say, like the Elden Ring streams, but I'm still kind of surprised it took this long. I was expecting my total playtime to be like 20 hours, not 32. Anyway, I didn't actually do that much off-screen. Like, I did a little bit of grinding as per and a little bit of quest cleanup, but I eventually kind of came to the conclusion of that's not fun to do. It's something that genuinely starts to burn out a little bit. I don't find 100%ing this game interesting at all. Like, I want to do some of the quests because I want to unlock the S rank quests, but you need to do more quests to even unlock that right. But at the same time, it's like, and it'd be nice to, so I'm taking a moment to kind of remind myself, since I haven't played it in a couple days. It would be nice to get the S rank to yank this out, but I have come to understand that this carries over into New Game Plus, and not only does it carry over into New Game Plus, they expect you to go into New Game Plus, because it's not just the idea of going for other endings. When you go into NG Plus, the game will start steering itself into different directions that lead into the Vile God ending, and then eventually the Evil Goddess ending. So you're straight up expected in the narrative to do this game 3 times. So we're going to finish up this playthrough, and depending on how much things change and how much you guys are interested, I might even entertain doing the second run. Just when we inevitably have to go through old dungeons again, it'll be a little bit more skippy, so to speak, as we go through it. But I am curious what those other routes are, because we're going to start yanking these out eventually. But let's back up. How are we doing on shop supplies, actually, just before we dive in? Well, not perfect, but that'll do. But let's hop in, shall we? The Stairway to Heaven. So have I got an... So if I got an experience boost that isn't too punishing. Oh fuck, 60% boost though, but lowered attack and defense. Now I'm good. Alright, fine, we'll just do our usual less defense.
As I suspected, we can't revive the Vile God with the Furies and Faith Drop alone.
The blood of the Vile God's daughter is a vital component to breaking the seal. I did inform you of this, didn't I?
Perhaps you'd like to volunteer some of your blood, Bernard. After all, you are a descendant of the Vile God as well.
Unfortunately, tradition dictates that a woman must be sacrificed.
Of course it does! Look at Bernard, like, almost half grinning, like, unfortunately, you can't kill me yet.
I see. Well, all in due time. The daughter of the Vile God will come to us, guided by the ominous blood flowing in her veins.
You're here. The Stairway to Heaven.
Let's hope this is the last time we have to fight Dorfa.
Fang still feels bad that his life... To recap what happened last time, Fang died, but got resurrected per se by sharing his soul with Eren. And so Eren is like not a physical being anymore, and that's kind of been rubbing Fang the wrong way a little bit.
Are you really sure about this?
What do you mean?
I mean, I've been dragging you around all over the place, so... Are you sure about this? You could die, you know?
Why are you saying that now?
Yeah, Ethel's got a point.
She's right. We've got no regrets, buddy. No matter what happens, Fang, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth.
I pretty much feel the same way, Fang.
Harley, like... I feel like every character except Harley has had some character development. Even Pippin. Well, I say that. Pippin not much, but it feels like Harley's just kind of been along for the ride the entire game. Well, it's like... Goldo had a bit of character growth, like stepping out of his shell and not being mothered so much. Like Ethel obviously like developed a whole bunch of the talk and whatnot. Pippin might be like the grumpy old man in a weird body, but Harley's just been Harley from the start to the end.
Oh, Fang! crying.
No, I'm not. My eyes just got a little snot in them. That's all.
How could you possibly get snot in your eyes?
Come on, you idiots. Let's go.
Ooh, final dungeon theme. Ooh, it's a very open floor. Ooh, I like it. I like the music. This is very ominous final dungeon theme. I want to see if I can jump that. The jumping's awkward in this game. I imagine it's just as simple as going around, but I want to at least... Oh, you probably can do that. Oh shit, alright. Normal battle theme, no unique final dungeon boss theme. Normal battle theme even.
I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
New data?
My turn.
My turn.
Get ready.
But the general plan, after we're done this first playthrough, like I said, I might entertain us doing a second playthrough, but even if we do, it might not be straight away, is
My turn.
to figure out what I'm doing in the weekend, because that's like the giant blip. I'm really not sure what I'm going to do over the weekend, because I don't want to commit to anything again just yet.
Here we go.
But,
Let's go, Aaron.
Monday is Guilty Gear, Wednesday is going to be Genshin. Tuesday might be Guilty Gear as well. It depends how much we enjoy Testament. If Testament ends up being an absolute blast to play as, I'll absolutely do 2 streams on them.
Go, eh?
These enemies are a bit on the bulkier fucking side. I get it, final dungeon, but still.
I'll show you what I'm...
Victory!
I'm feeling ball.
I'm going to take the free reset since half the party's bloody poisoned.
Looks like that worked.
My turn. I'll do my best.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data?
Okay, let's go, Aaron. That's literally a part of them.
Here we go!
Let's go, eh?
It still sounds like he's saying let's go ape instead of let's go a.
Get fired
New
up,
data?
eh?
But I know it's just supposed to be the accent.
Get ready.
And their best way of demonstrating the accent is making them go eh at the end of every sentence.
I'm ready. It's all over. Oh my. Was that it?
Okay.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
Oh, and the I'm still debating with myself a whole bunch whether or not to get a face cam. That's still a topic that's kind of sitting in the background.
Is this treasure?
But I'm still like undecided. It's just a we'll see kind of deal. Nothing back here, huh?
Here I come.
I'll do my best.
Let's do this. Next.
Here we go.
For my brain, I didn't read dark, I read dank. And I was like, dank shark, what?
Who's next? Good job there, everyone.
Alright. Also, I've changed back to Tiara for the sake of it. It's the final dungeon, so play the girl that I've kind of had like the main girl for all game long. Especially considering like the personal ending I'm going for.
Can I open it?
Chosen One's ring, that sounds ominous. Oh wow, it's really good. I've got the Vile God Gauntlet there, which is minus defense. That's kind of harsh. Can anyone wear the Chosen One ring, or is it literally only for Fang? Oh, no, anyone can wear it, good. Good to you then. Oh, there's only one Chosen One's ring you can have in the game. That's interesting. It's literally a one-of-a-kind item. You can't get multiple of them. It makes me wonder if there's like a Chosen One's robes as well we'll get later on.
Now's our chance. My turn. My turn.
Let's do this.
Alright, nice. We're getting good experience too from each fight. I know it's like, you know, it's quite a lot for some people to level up. Like you see over there, like with Goldo's of like 40 odd K. But that's a healthy amount per fight, so we should especially with the experience boost as well, like climb up quite quickly to deal with some of the late game hazards. So we do a little bit of platforming in this game that really isn't really feel like it's built for it. But I appreciate there is actually some platforming, you know, not like the other thing they forgot about. There may be puzzles in dungeons, and then there's like been a single puzzle since the opening dungeon. The opening dungeon that we can't even return to, because the moment you leave it, you never go back into it. So the whole killing certain enemies might have unique loot on them was completely thrown out the window. Well, I say that, throwing out the unique loot that's mandatory to progress was thrown out the window.
New data.
That was forgotten about, as there may be hazards under the water in Genshin. Pendant on the glaive.
Looks like I got
Ooh, attack boost. And that's plot, so we're going to go this way first.
Sorry.
My turn.
The fact that you guys are on your own over here makes me slightly concerned for how powerful you actually are, but I'm going to be hopeful.
Here we go. My turn.
Let's go, eh?
What?
Okay, it's not too bad. Minus the fact you get multiple turns.
True power. My turn. How foolish. New data.
Let's go, Aaron.
How are you not dead yet? Come on, there we go.
We did it, Aaron.
Oh, his victory voice lines changed because he's with Aaron. Instead of going like, yeah, let's move on, or yeah, I'm the best. It's like, we did it, Aaron. Like, he's more heartfelt. She's not dead for the, like, as I must remember, she's not dead for the record. It's they're sharing a soul, so Aaron can't have a physical form, because if their souls separate, Fang will die again. But before we move on plot, because I expect it, you know, final dungeon to be littered with boss fights, I am going to do that. And I'm actually going to save as well. And then we'll just beeline past the enemies back to that point. Dun, dun. I'm happy there actually is a final dungeon theme, because it's more so from the older Compile Heart games. There have been games that haven't had final dungeon themes. There's also been older games that straight up didn't have final boss themes. Just where they knew they had the lower budget and couldn't afford to do that sort of thing. And I hope this game doesn't follow that trend. I'm hoping because it's a final dungeon theme that there's also a, you know, final boss theme. But let's move on.
Welcome, Fang.
I had a feeling we'd see you, Mariana.
Resilient as a cockroach.
Mariana, I don't have time to mess around with you. Out of my way.
I'm afraid I can't back down. You see, it's my mission to defeat all of you.
And it's also, you know, the big question of why have I got swimsuits for characters that aren't in the party and never have been? that's also tied to the alternate routes, depending on what ending you go for, I believe. That there are certain characters that will join us depending on what route we take.
Kill 'em all! Kill 'em all! Kill 'em all!
I will not allow you to stand in Dorfa's way.
Show me what you got.
Not
Oh, you
yet.
got two buddies this time.
Stop resisting!
At least we get to listen to this great theme again.
I-
Well, for about
I'm
2
all right.
seconds. Goldo will go before the enemies go again, so I will have them attack.
Let's go, Aaron! Stay
Here we
down.
go. My turn.
Get ready.
Who else was attacked? It was Pippin. Can I get to Pip? Yes.
Not yet.
So can I get to Pippin
Not
without
yet.
healing Mariana?
Data.
Well, fucking they killed her anyway.
Get ready.
Get out, my girl.
Do my best.
Let's go, Aaron!
Here we go. I'm ready.
Not yet.
Let's go, eh?
No, not enough. It's you and Harley that can't yet. Okay.
Not yet.
Here we go. My turn.
I don't get why her like Mariana's theme always sounds oddly like playful almost.
My turn.
Oh, you're weak to ice actually. It might be good to have you do your ult.
My turn.
Let's do this!
And fire. Oh, oh, okay.
Daughter of the Vile God. You surprise me. I never expected you to come here of your own volition. It seems you cannot define your blood's true fate.
You're wrong. I'm here to sever that fate. I won't let you carry out your scheme.
Atta girl.
So foolish. You will never break the curse flowing through your veins. You're a slave to your bloodline, and nothing more.
Tiara, I've got your back.
Echo will help. Thing! Tiara is...
What?
Is it? I imagine Fang's immediately getting like flashbacks to how the last playthrough ended.
I'll be claiming our prize now.
Tiara! Wait!
There is no escape. I will kill you myself.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
Don't let your guard down.
Not yet.
You couldn't have at least fully healed us. Both of our medics are gone. Ow!
Let's do this!
I call high shenanigans on that. Both of our medics are gone.
Here we go.
Not yet.
New data.
Let's go, Aaron!
Here we go.
Stop resisting! Not yet!
My turn.
Fuck.
Not yet.
Stop resisting!
Not yet.
Let's do this! Stay
My
down!
turn. New data.
Not yet.
Let's do this!
Here we go.
Then... No,
Here we go.
Not yet.
Not yet.
God dang it!
Here we go. New data.
Not yet.
Let's go, Aaron!
My turn.
It's like, just keep Fang alive, because he's the best damage dealer we got right now.
New data.
I didn't think I'd need to use this, but it's all over. Come, let us go.
Let's go, Aaron!
Oh, for God's sake.
My turn.
We're on guard and pray.
New data. I apologize.
Don't count me out.
My turn.
That's all I can think to do. Just guard and pray.
Interesting. Here we go.
Let's do this.
Not yet.
Let's go, Aaron.
What the fuck?
Too hard. Here we go. Not yet. Rest in peace.
And you have to win that fight as well. Fuck that. Oh my... Hang on. They take your healers away from you and then say win. That's not as bad as just a Fang only show, but that's still pretty brutal. Hang on. Oh, there's still a little like, come on. I mean, what can I sell? Or synthesize, alternatively. Oh, I could do that. Oh, alright, never mind. I thought I had more than that. Sure. Alright, let's get back over there. It's a good thing I went and restored. Jesus. Final dungeon, eh? You know, I hope the trophy for beating the game on hard counts just beating your first route and not beating all of them. Because I'm telling you right now, I'm not a masochist. Once I get that, if that hard mode trophy pops, I'm lowering it to normal for the next couple playthroughs just to get a move on. I said it's platforming as well every time. You know I'm going to mess it up at some point. Right.
Beat you down. Not yet.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
My turn. My turn.
I should have the people that are gonna leave be like carry the majority of the aggression.
Keep new data.
And not be too spendful on SP, so they can go all out on the next one. And it also, lads, we need to kind of just keep a check up on them to make sure they all remain nearest to full health.
Not yet. Not yet.
Getting
New
fired
data.
up. Get ready.
My
Oh,
turn.
that's not helpful.
My turn.
Let's do this.
I'm ready. Not yet. Let's make the. Here we go.
Let's go, eh?
Here we go. My turn.
So I feel like I could be more spendful with these guys. You're resistant, so don't waste it.
There.
Because we're trying to end this phase as soon as possible anyway, but now we might be getting close-ish to that ending. Let's top people up.
Not yet. New data. My turn. Not yet. My turn.
Let's go, Aaron.
Oh, let's have you fair right to the defense boost just in case this goes another turn. And we'll do that.
Get ready.
I'm ready.
There we go. And those three bugger off.
Not yet.
Stop resisting.
Here we go.
For fucking come. Get up.
Only a flesh wound.
Let's do this.
Not yet. My turn.
Stop resisting.
New data.
Let's go, Aaron. Impossible.
Okay, one of them's down. Ay, ay, ay.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data. My turn. Not yet. Here we go. New data.
Let's do this.
And have people space out as much as possible for when that ult eventually comes in. But I'll keep you in the middle-ish so you can reach people who need it as and when.
Here we go. Not yet.
Let's go, Aaron.
My turn. Here we go.
Let's
Yep,
go,
and now it's
Aaron.
going to be that I'm going to charge up my super mega almighty attack, and it's like, ugh.
Here we go.
Try and make it so they only target one person.
Not yet.
Oh, they'd let it go. Interesting. You can knock them out of it. That's good to know.
Let's do this.
My turn.
Ah, fuck it.
Ow.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think we can get that kill. Alright.
Death.
Once I realised you could interrupt that ultimate, that was fine. It was just the idea of them saying, oh, by the way, we're taking all of your healers away, good luck, was a bit of a kick.
My power has increased.
Tch.
I've lost. What are you doing? Kill me and get it over with.
Nah, I'm good. I'm over that sort of thing these days.
You will regret your idiotic show of mercy. I will kill you someday, when you least expect it.
Do whatever you want. Just remember that the next time you fight me, I'm still gonna win.
Fang, hurry! Tiara's in danger!
Yeah, I know!
It does say Fang as a whole is a lot more... Hey, Goldo's back! Hey, Ethel's back! Where's Tiara? The fucking... Hang on. Oh, look at this party arrangement. What the... Come on. How dare you stand where she stood? Go there. Oh god, I gotta remember what these guys had on them now. Oh, that's cute. I might keep that on. Yeah, have that. Oh, what did you have? Which one was specifically yours? That's the problem. I'm gonna say that one was yours, and thus that one was yours. Okay, what have you... Actually, no, I think that's a good choice. I'll keep that on. What about these? Oh, as I say, yeah, right, don't have that. This is the problem when you when you take the party member away from me. If you give them back, at least put back what was on them. Don't make me do this song and dance. I'm just kind of checking over things. Range is through the roof. I love it. That also means combo edit. You need actually, you know, stuff. Alright, let's get our girl back. Which I hope isn't too far because, you know, she's a helpful healer. Oh, actually, let's have Harley be party leader for a while.
Here we go!
My turn.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data?
It's kind of sucky, you know, like, when it comes to the final dungeon, you want the final dungeon to, you know, be the whole party together for one last stretch. And so breaking them up already and having us go, like, get more, it's like, ugh. But this game really has a fascination with breaking up your party and making you fight in lesser numbers than expected, and then treating that as its main challenge. And I just don't vibe with it in its entirety. It's something that, like, it was alright at first, but it did feel like as soon as we got a third member, the game started doing everything in its power to make sure you never had the whole party for long.
Looks like that worked.
So it's like, now I have to push through this dungeon, because the more fighting we do without Tiara, the further she'll end up falling behind, experience-wise, potentially.
I'll show you what I got.
True power.
Get ready. Die. The winner is us, eh?
It looks like I got strong.
Is this a linear part? Okay, so I say it feels very like floor 2 of the descending, like the subterraneans towers.
Let's do this.
Here we go. Here we go.
Get ready.
New data. I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
Let's go, eh?
My turn.
Oh right, yeah, these are the bird things. I was like, oh, they're taking a while. Oh no, wait, there's this enemy type. They all take a while, and they all try and poison the crap out of us.
I'm on fire. What's your punch? My turn.
What was that? Oh, I wish I could roll my tongue like that.
We did it, Aaron.
You can heal. Do it. You're the new healer. Oh wait, poison.
Surprise. My turn.
Let's do this.
New data. Here we go.
Get ready. Getting fired up, eh?
Here we go. My turn.
Let's go, eh?
Here we go.
Let's go, Aaron.
Oh my goodness, come on. I was like, how bulky are you?
Get ready.
Well, that's the main reason why I'm looking forward to, assuming the gold of the trophy drops for beating this route, doing the later routes on normal. Oh, I can't wait to not have to worry about like enemies taking 5 years to kill. Alright, where is she? She's probably on this floor. Let's avoid the bird if we can help it. I said let's avoid the bird if we can help it. I was gonna say, you don't have, no, you don't have item sonar. That's like, nothing's popping up, that's why. There is an event marker over there, I think. That looks like it, so yeah, we'll probably get Tiara back over there.
Let's open it up. Ha! Yeah.
We'll check the other side as well. If it's a dead end, it means there's a chance for loot. No, but we can fight this mech at least.
My turn.
Does it say machine launcher? Damn.
Let's go, Aaron.
Here we go.
I'm just expecting it to like, just like, oh, hang on a minute, no, let's kill it. Because machine launcher, that screams to me it's going to make machines and throw them at us, aka it's going to summon.
Yeah.
Nope, dead end, so we have to go around this way. Oh, is it just ooh circle round back here? I want to go up and around first to see which way this goes. Because it is just one giant circle and we can lap, but I don't know. Gee, when we get out of here, I'm restocking on my energy crystals, that's for sure. But once we get Tiara back, I mean, I'm leaving to get that stacked up. And okay, this is where the dead end is.
We're ready for ya. I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
New data. My turn.
Missed! Oh, come on.
Get ready.
Oi!
I'm on
Ow!
fire. Here we go.
Let's go, eh? It's
My
over.
turn.
Please kill one of them and then we can worry about getting Buddy up.
Let's do this.
New data. My turn. Let's make this interesting. Seize this chance.
Oh damn, we actually did an air combo finally.
There, everyone.
And he took to the last dungeon before we saw one. Hey John, how you doing? I know it's been a few days since I played some Fairy Fencer, but we're getting it on, and this is definitely the final dungeon. And as I mentioned in the top comment, I've come to realize that the way this game works is that when you finish it and get your first ending, when it loops into New Game Plus, shit changes throughout the entire game, treating it as like a second route. So I've been throwing up the things, although most of the game will still be the same, because things will be different and it will also be chasing a different ending. If there be any interest in me doing those future ones, I probably won't do it straight away regardless, or if it would be rather I moved on and played other games. And then I'll just do these off-stream sort of thing. Because if you guys want to see what those other routes end up being and what comes of them, even if some of it will be very familiar, because it's still, you know, doing the game again. It'll have different things within it. We'll learn more things. We might actually, you know, recruit new party members to find out what the hell is with that one swimsuit that no one can wear. Things like that. Like, you know, like things will change big enough for new party members to join and certain events to play out different, and then ultimately lead to different endings with the Vile God ending and then Evil Goddess ending. Also, Tiara's been removed from our party because, of course, she has. They get the bad guys kidnapped her on floor 1, so we're trying to get back there. Oh, I don't have many of these ethers. I want to just try and use them instead of my energy crystals. Let's see if we can get around. There you go. And I still haven't finished Chapter 1 on Ultra Despair Girls. I just haven't really been playing it that much. I was busy a lot yesterday, and then the day before, like, it's why I did the Sayonara Wild Hearts stream. I was extremely tired, as I didn't really want to commit to anything and not be able to give it my all. Oh, Brave Armor. Oh, it's a one-of-a-kind armor set as well. Alright, it's for blokes only. Sure, because you die so quick. I know, like, because you've got the Chosen One ring and other Brave armor, they want you to put it on Fang. That's what they're leaning on. It's like, he's the main character, he's the Chosen One, but it's like, his stats are already through the fucking roof, so put it on someone else who could, you know, do with it. And I picked up some, yeah, as I say, we've done something here, so Brave Gauntlets. White armband. Nothing else, okay. Gosh, I need to turn that down a little in my ear. This final dungeon theme was great, but it's a bit loud, at least for me.
Let's open it up.
The Pocket Dot Ribbon Tail and Dragon Ring. Damn, that sounds cool as well. Oh, it's just a real good ring. Okay, you have that then. I know I just said about Aaron having too much, but we'll give him that. Because then you can have the Brave Gauntlets. Yeah, you have that. Okay. I'm not sure what on earth I'm going to equip on Tiara when we get her back, but we'll figure that one out when we get to it. Because I imagine we're going to get her back right now. Oh my... Okay, it's not as... I assume I registered like the wires, you know, they're supposed to represent, you know, tentacles and all that stuff. I was a bit concerned where it was going, but it seems rather calm.
Is this the statue of the Vile God?
Daughter of the Vile God, welcome to the Temple of Darkness.
Gee, welcome to the definitely not evil villain place.
Sherman, what are you going to do to me?
Once the ritual to revive the Vile God is complete, I shall kill you and become his new host. By sealing the Vile God within me, I will bring peace to this world.
What the fuck?
Impossible. Are you attempting to become a god?
That is the only path left to me. I had to kill you once before. To prevent the
You were the one that stabbed her at the end of the first route? Sherman! So you forced yourself on her, she rejected you, and you killed her. That's what I'm getting from what happened in that before we jump back in time. You bastard! Oh yeah, about the Nuzlocke, I got a bit too cocky and went a bit underleveled, and I proceeded to get completely wiped by Sugsy's Cypher. Ugh! What are you gonna do, like, if you got once you got wiped? Like, do you just treat that as game over, start again, or do you just kind of go a Nuzlocke, but since we failed, let's just carry on and see how it goes? Because I know, like, some people, they do a Nuzlocke until they fail, and then they go, ah, fuck it, let's just rock this party and go through the rest of it. Or do you start fresh? Are you going, like, full on, or are you kind of, like, just carrying on?
All I had left after that was a combination of love, hate, and guilt I felt toward you.
Yeah, Sherman, you're messed up. You forced yourself on her because of, like, some twisted version of love. You hated her because she was a vile god, and then you massacred her, and now you're going to try and pretend there's guilt involved? Come on.
In order to escape those feelings, I devoted myself fully to cutting down those I deemed as evil. But then I realized something. The goddess's power was inferior to the vile gods. This is proved by the fact that the forces of evil in this world are much greater than the forces of good.
I think you're kind of comparing two different things here, Sherman, but whatever.
The goddess's power cannot defeat the vile god. I have no choice but to accept his power into my body and take control of it. And this time, I will kill you in order to revive the vile god. Let us bring about world peace together.
Oh, QE's still with us.
What happened, Huey? Fang, Tiara is in danger.
Let's move.
Beyond this point lies
Oh, for God's
holy
sake,
ground.
Bernard.
I will not let it be defiled by the likes of you. Turn back at once.
Same to you.
Show me what you got.
I'm not finished yet.
I'll do my best.
Oh, jeez. You don't have much health, but that's almost more worrying.
Executing.
Let's see how much this does. Yeah, I had a feeling. When the last boss had like 12 health bars, but we did like 2 health bars per hit, and now this one only has 2 health bars. It's like, yeah, we're not gonna do fuck all, are we?
Here we go.
We get to listen to this boss scene one more time.
Here we go.
Let's go, eh?
Actually, no, I don't want to go straight onto... I'd rather hit and then just have Harley analyze them at some point to see if they do have anything worth stealing. Oh, you have a group wide, so us spacing out doesn't really mean much. Good to know.
New data.
Alright, you, detailed analysis, what you got? You drop a broken fury, but you can only steal a potion from this guy? What? Why would I bother?
My turn.
Alright, if spacing out doesn't work, I'll still keep people somewhat spaced out so we're not hit by everything. But I want to keep people closer together, so healing is less of a hassle.
I guess I pushed myself too. My turn.
I only had the egg and a level 5 Deadly Bird left. I'm going to start over and re-randomize the ROM. Ah, fair enough, dude. I admire your dedication to commit to it, because I think if I had done it, once I failed, I would have just gone, ah, fuck it, and then just turned it into a casual playthrough of the team I had.
Let's go, eh?
I can keep
Here we
going.
go.
But I wouldn't have had the willpower to, like, you know, just go out of my way to put that extra challenge on me even further, you know? I would have just done that stuff it, and then just kind of rocked the rest of the playthrough.
Let's go, Aaron.
Here we go.
I'll show you what
But then this is coming from someone who, you know, doesn't do Nuzlocke. So maybe if I was actually doing one, the satisfaction of being able to make progress or get further than you did last time with whatever the randomizer gives you is its own reward.
Here we go.
Sort of like overcoming a difficult fight in a FromSoft game.
My turn.
I've done that too many times already. What you mean, like, just kind of gone, ah, fuck it, and done a casual playthrough? I don't know, if you're trying to, like, almost, not necessarily prove, because you're only proving it to yourself, but, you know, like, prove you can do it, then I say go for it. You'll find your way through, yeah.
New data.
Is anyone near... Okay, no, Ethel's way over here on her own. I was like, no wonder no one's healing her.
My turn.
Let's do this.
Ethel and
Get ready.
you are both low, so I can have... do that, top them up, and then have you change. Yeah, you're about halfway, we get it.
You actually backed me into a corner. However,
Here we go.
Alright, we learned from the last boss fight that when they do this charge up shit, it is actually possible to interrupt them. It's just difficult.
I'll leave
Because that's what we managed to do with the Mariana boss fight. We managed to interrupt her ult.
How unsightly.
We didn't interrupt it that time.
Justice has power.
Like, if their turn, you know, allowed us to go like a couple more times, we probably would have been fine. But the fact that their turn was immediately after one attack, that was, yeah, no, that wasn't happening.
My turn.
new data.
You still can't fair eyes yet.
Die.
Ooh, okay, you just hit harder in general now.
Let's go, Aaron.
You're in a more dangerous spot than he is, although I am doubtful that Fang will survive another turn.
Here we go.
Okay, they didn't even attack Fang, so they're good. One heal. Can I get both Pippin and Fang into this? Yes, I can.
Useless whelps.
What the fuck was... Are you kidding me? They hit everyone for 10k? Game. 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 We need to talk. Oh my god, do you have to do the whole dungeon in one go? To keep me right back to the very start and even have Tiara back in the party? Oh my god. That can't be right. It had... Oh my god. Let's get back there. Because this is back on... We're back on the ground floor. We was on like the end of the 3rd floor. We had a boss, like a difficult boss fight at that on the... Oh no. Oh no. Okay, no, the loot reset. I'm gonna hope it was just because I hadn't saved in a while and it just kicked me out the dungeon, but that's kind of harsh. And I fucked up the platforming, great. And I told you it'd happen eventually. Oh no. And I re-equipped some things on characters as well, like to give them a better chance. So how much of that do I still have? Speaking of having to do things again, eh? Talking about the Nuzlocke, having to do all this again. Yeah, put that on. Well, I guess it's just something that'll make this stream a bit longer, I guess. Because I was like, yeah, I'll keep on going till I hit the credits this stream. I'm gonna try that. After I fight Mariana again, I am gonna retreat and save. So if we die again, we can find out for ourselves.
Beat you down. Not yet.
Stop resisting! Stop!
My turn.
Alright, kill Tiara, why don't you?
Let's do this!
Ready to see my true power? Here we go! Yeah!
Okay, just eat a command.
My turn.
Ready
Not
to
yet.
see my true power?
But this is what I meant, John. Look how many health bars Mariana has, and when we hit them, look at how much vanishes. But this fight's annoying because halfway through it, Tiara, Goldo, and Ethel get removed, so you don't have any healers for the second half of the fight.
I'm ready. I'll do my best.
Which is why I'm being more aggressive magic-wise with them. And kind of giving it a rest for the others, because I don't want to burn through all their
Here we go!
magic and then have them be stranded going to the next part of the fight.
Let's go, Aaron!
Let's go, eh?
My turn. My
So you have to
turn.
get this boss genuinely like halfway down before it
Not yet.
My turn! New data.
before the transition happens.
Not yet.
Let's go, Aaron!
Get ready.
My turn. I'm ready.
Alright, we're at the point where it'll probably transition. Yeah, okay. And then yeah, Tiara, Goldo, and Ethel will get kicked out, and now you have to do the whole fight again. But now this time with only half the party and no healers. Good luck.
Here we go! My turn! Here we go!
over.
Here we go.
Alright. And it's also why I stocked up on more items.
Stop resisting. Let's do this.
Because I have to try and counteract it somehow.
New data.
Not yet.
My turn.
And that you need to do that.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data. Here we go.
Not yet.
Let's do this.
New data. My turn.
Not yet.
Let's go, Aaron.
Here we go. Here we go.
Alright, probably next turn you're going to do your dialogue. Yep. So you know you're going to start charging, so we need to interrupt this.
New data.
I don't know if this will be enough to interrupt. It was good, okay.
Let's go, Aaron.
You know, we're so close.
Ha!
Here we go.
Alright.
Man, my power.
Yes, and they're all gone, and he refused to kill. Don't you dare stand where she stood. There we go. Then I have to re-equip. Oh, I should have bloody checked what they actually had, and so I could find out what they actually had instead of what I theorized. Oh god, right, it unequips everyone, so you had the chosen one. And Rob, you have the Sage's robe. You fine, you can keep that on. No, that's too good in general, keep that on. Oh, I put something on you. Where? Yeah, I put the little bunny on your arm so we can see your eyes a little bit better. Sure. Oh, and I got to buff these again? I put you on, like, range queen duty. Give you that. Yes, okay. Alright, now after that bullshit, let's leave and save. Oh no, who has SP? You do. There's a sub-event here? What? You managed to come here without Tiara. I didn't think that was possible. Which means it wasn't QE's power. Also, Aaron, how are you separated our soul from us again? Probably, but I think it was actually Tiara's power all along. You mean the power of the vile god's blood? And how did we get here this time? I think it's because I learned about its existence. Which would mean that Bernard could... Dorfa might have been collecting Furies not only to get stronger, but also to weaken the seal on the vile god. They might have even been more seal swords than we know about, and Dorfa already got rid of some of them. Tiara might have sensed the seal getting weaker and realised just how bad things had gotten. And so she set off on a Fury search. Oh, I'm glad I left then to see that little scene. Still don't have an S-Spec Fury to do that though, but... Right, let's save. And we'll mumble grumble our way back up. I'll fight the enemies on the second and third floor again, because as much as I'd want to rush past them, they were lost fights, if that makes sense. Like, we lost the experience we got from them.
Let's do this.
And I didn't mean to fight these guys again, because these guys take forever. These are the only enemies I'd rather not be fighting, but... Ah, screw it. We'll start harming a little bit more.
Let's go, eh?
My turn.
That's because these guys are so tanky and they can poison us.
Do my best.
But it's right at the door as well, so if it goes wrong, we can just leave again.
Go, Aaron.
Get ready.
But I might do that anyway, just to get the SP and health back.
A winner is up.
Oh, we'll set you as leader. No, let's not fight you again. Oh, we have to go all the way fucking around again. Now, I'm hoping if we die again, it will actually save, you know, and we won't have to do, like, Mariana again. We don't, it's like, fucking platforming in this game sometimes. Like, as I jumped, and she's like, she had, like, no momentum to that jump. Because if you do genuinely have to do the entire dungeon in one go, oof. Final dungeon or not, oof. What the fuck's going on with that jump? Should I just take it a little wider? Do you think that's what it is? Like, my momentum on that specific jump always seems to cut short. Let's try to go a little wider. Must just be something with corner then. I'm saying that platforming is not this game's strong suit.
Now's our chance. I'll do my best.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data? Here we go!
Oh yes, I feel this is the perfect choice. This character's already weird, so I don't feel as bad as like just throwing things around and being a little crazy with the design.
Looks like I got stronger.
It's a pendant of the glaive. What is that? Oh right, that's the attack booster. Right. I'm kind of debating. Nah. Fang's strong suit is the fact his physical defense is so high. I don't want to just start yanking from that.
Surprise. My turn.
Let's do this.
New data? My turn. Good job there, everyone.
New
I
power.
still can't believe Bernard just one-shot the whole party in the game. It's like, yeah, you were supposed to have dealt with that. Like, come on. Just 10k'd everyone. I know it was probably just a crit, but it's still like, what are the odds?
Do my best.
Let's do this.
New data? My turn.
I'll show you what I got.
Oh, I got a trophy. Maxed out your attention 300 times. Damn, really? I've been playing it this much that we've got that maxed out 300 times.
Let's make this interesting. Here we go! 1-2 punch! Now! Who's next? Victory!
It's really, sorry, I've got this annoying itch on like the back of my neck. I'm trying to like sort it at the same time. There we go. Right, I'm going to try and dodge Birdie because they're not fun to fight.
Looks like that worked.
I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
Then what I'll do is I'll clear out everything on the next floor, but instead of jumping straight to the boss,
Here we go.
fucking leave again, and we'll just do the run, so I can try and save it in, and then do the run back. So if we die, we don't have to worry about fighting enemies.
Here we go!
We can just, you know, leave,
I'll do
or
my
just book
best.
it back up again.
Here we go!
Let's go, Aaron.
Let's go, eh? Die. A winner is up.
Alright.
Gotcha.
I'll
Oh, Mech Launcher as a buddy this time. They didn't last time, so there's a little bit of randomizer there.
My turn.
Awesome.
Victory!
God, I hope in the next playthrough we do get more party members though, because the hit rate and crit boost with Pippin's nice and all, but that sheer lack of SP is really starting to become apparent. Especially with how costly Pippin's skills are for SP. Like, it's super costly and he has less than everyone else. Like, come on. Right, now if I recall, this way was to a dead end with loot. Well, with things to break that could be loot.
I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
Here we go. Here we go.
Look at it, it's 100, 200, 300. Then you go over to here and it's like 30, 150. Look at that jump. And then 300. So immediately, like, if you use this, for example, a third of his SP is just gone.
Let's go, eh?
Well, just under a third, but you know what I mean.
Keep going.
Alright, and the enemy just decided today is not Harley's day.
Get ready.
Let's do this.
I'll show you what I got.
You should have backed down.
Hey, Goldo, be our heel bitch. Thank you.
Gotcha.
My turn.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data. Here we go.
Let's go,
How
eh?
foolish.
It's over. The winner is us, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe if we do go to another playthrough, I might actually start figuring out what half of this stuff is that I keep on collecting, like all these fibers and whatnot, what quests they tie to or what crafting they tie to.
My turn.
Let's do this.
Here we go. Here we go.
You can
Get
keep
ready.
going.
Foolish.
Die. That's a win for us.
Now's our chance.
My turn.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data. My turn.
I'll show you what
Nice, okay.
Victory. My power has increased.
Level 50, yeah. I wonder what the level will be by the end of like the third route, or once you've done all of them. Like whether you'll be like clocking near level 99.
Found you.
Right, so this is nigh on the end, so let's nab these items, fight that last enemy, and then I'll...
Open it up.
Oh, there's that brave armor right now. Who did I... You need it more. I know I gave it to Pippin last time, but no, they need... Goldo needs it more.
Looks like that worked.
My turn.
Kill those guys, get the item, retreat to try and hopefully, like, bank our progress and pray that this isn't a you have to do it all in one go kind of deal.
Foolish.
Like it's the Crystal Tower from Final Fantasy 3 or some shit.
Here we go.
I'll do my best.
New data.
Let's do this.
Let's go, eh?
Let's do this, soldier.
The winner.
Much stronger.
Level up.
Nice.
What's in here?
And the Dragon Ring. Oh, that wasn't that brilliant, was it? That wasn't that hot. Well, I mean, it's still better than... Okay. We'll try and balance out your defense a little bit more. No, you got the Chosen One's ring, so you're fine. Turn here to stock up on stuff. And by stuff, I mean this. There we go. Oh. Welcome. You're like you have a lot on your mind. Something happened? Normally you have this vacant expression on your face. Yeah, even I think about stuff every now and then. Jeez, you're kind of rude. Don't worry. I always say stuff like this to my other customers. Alright, save again, just because I'm, you know, doubly paranoid. To be fair, what I could do, if it does try and kick me out the dungeon, then I say, like, if I do, like, it does reset me back to the start and do the whole, you gotta do it all in one run. I'll load my save and see if that can circumvent it. Oh, now I've got to navigate this thing again. Yeah, you go that way. But there's a part of me that thinks it was just because I didn't save that it like kicked me right back to the start like that, which is still like a bummer, but at least we're back where we were sort of now. And hey, as I said, it'll make this stream a little longer, so why not? So I don't know like how many cutscenes there are, like how much is actually, you know, beyond the finale of this first route, like how big it is, how long it takes, yada yada. Or even if we'll get our character specific ending, that's a thought. I hope we get our Tiara ending since I spent so much time with her, but that might be because of the route thing, like once you reach the end of your third route you see your character specific ending, which means if you want to see all the character specific endings you're probably doing a hell of a lot of work. Considering as well, if I think is it in my key items? No. Somewhere here. Yeah, I have, it probably spoils shit for me, but I have here the Famitsu bath towel, the DLC item, for characters that aren't in our party and haven't been. Including, you know, Lola and Apollonius. So at some point we recruit those fucking two. And obviously, like I said, we had Sherman when he was briefly in the party. So it's like at some point those two are involved, and that's presumably tied to a different run, you know? I was hoping that Mariana would join our party as well at some point, but if she doesn't have a DLC costume, then I can only assume no. And I'm guessing Little Lady swimsuit, yeah, that's for Lola. A swimsuit that reflects the refreshing simplicity of youth. That wasn't for anyone either, so what is that, for Apollonius? But I've got too many swimsuits. Well, it feels like there's even more characters beyond that, but I just haven't got them. Yeah, because she doesn't have one. Like, no one else has one, and I have 3 different swimsuits, you know? Like, it's weird. Like, there has to be... There's probably other characters as well, even beyond the DLC ones. So maybe Mariana does join, and she just doesn't have a towel. Or the towel costume. But yeah, so I know for a fact from the DLC that Apollonius and Lola are recruitable, to some extent.
Let's go, Aaron.
And if you remember, in both the original run on the timeline and this one on the timeline, both of them he died, so there's got to be another route difference thing on the later one. And Lola, there's something humorous to me about it being like, you know, a child that could probably murder everyone. I wonder if she'll be like, you know, the merchant kind of character in like Bravely Default or Final Fantasy, I suppose, where it's like the more money you have, the more dangerous her attacks become. Anyway, let's do this shit again.
Don't let your guard down.
All right, space out, everyone, and lower that attack.
Here we go. Here we go.
As a Mondo passes us by, never gets old.
I'll do my best.
Oh, your all around has limited range, so if we like super space out, we might actually be okay.
Let's go, Aaron.
Get ready.
My turn.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Don't think you getting 2 turns is particularly fair, but what can you do?
My turn.
You're kind of low. Let's heal you.
Get ready.
Here we go.
Let's do this.
Yeah, it's going to take a turn to stock everyone back up before something like that hits everyone again.
New data.
Let's go, eh?
Oh, no, no, no. You're the last one to go before the enemy. Can I get Fang in this as well? As well? As well.
My turn.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
That can't be reached. She'll have to heal herself on her turn because no one's going to be able to reach her.
I won't give up.
Yeah, just use an elixir! And you restore your SP.
Let's do this.
This looks dangerous.
Get ready.
Oh my god!
I'll do my best.
My turn.
Let's go, Aaron.
Yeah, so you're going to do that,
Here we go.
and we only have 2 characters that will get to go before the turn ends. So I'm like, I need to give these guys as much of a chance as humanly possible to try and interrupt. Right, did it work? No. And fucking... That's that attack, isn't it? That's the one that like wiped us all last time. Right, fair rise for your defense boost, and just heal yourself so you're survivor.
My turn.
Get ready.
Yeah, Operation Repair the Damages is in full effect. Oh, can I not get both of you? I can!
Here we go.
Let's do this.
This looks dangerous.
Fair rise first for the defense boost, then heal.
My turn.
Oh, Pippin's super low as well.
Let's go, eh?
Only a flesh wound.
Look, fair rise, please. Thank you.
Let's go, Aaron.
Here we go.
I'll do my best.
Oh no, everyone's kind of low. Let's have everyone just kind of top up for a sec.
Only a flesh wound.
Get ready.
Here we
This
go.
motherfucker is so aggressive.
Here we go.
Damn it. So who's more integral here that I want to burn this elixir on? Actually, I don't want to really burn it on either of them. But I will do this then, just to try and top them up.
Get ready.
Not yet.
New data. Here we go.
Get ready.
Oh shit, you've got an SP shortage. Fuck it, burn an elixir.
Uh-oh.
New data.
Messed up.
I heard that. I want to go home, eh? And he ran out of juice.
Let's do this. I can keep going.
Useless whelps. Lost.
Jesus goddamn Christ, look at this. This boss sucks. Oh, doorbell rang, 1 second. Alright, back to this hell. Oh. I just fixed my mic a little bit there. Get Ethel back up. And don't have them all die, please. Hey, fuck you! Damn it, I was hoping I'd do a lot more than that. I was very, very optimistic that that would actually help there a little. Oh boy. Don't kill them. Fuck! Alright. Okay, good. It does. Okay, so we just need to get back up there. Okay, so Bernard's second half is just a really annoying damage check. Got it. Just have to do this whole run back every time. Great reader. It's like, God, they stopped doing run back and FromSoft games, so of course the anime game picked it up, you know, despite coming out years ago. There's a reason why RPGs stopped doing this kick to the title screen the moment you die malarkey. And just started checkpointing fights. Or checkpointing you just outside the fight. You're passive anyway, so you don't care. You're not so passive. Alright. Let's go again, you motherfucker.
I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
Here we go. My turn.
Get ready.
New data.
I think that's the thing. I need to have Pippin go for that Thunderbolt attack that has a chance to lower attack every time, just to try and keep on top of this.
My turn.
Let's do this.
Oh, I can't reach from here. Or can I? Yes, I can.
Let's go, eh?
Here we go.
The Heaven's Cloud. It has a chance to lower attack. Still didn't get it.
New data.
Let's do this.
Oh, come on. You can get both in that. I'm sure you can. No, I can't. It goes straight through the middle. Okay. I'd rather heal Ethel. Well, I say that. The other guy, I don't even look. Pippin doesn't need it.
Let's go, eh?
My turn.
What Pippin needs is to land the attack down. Good.
Here we go.
Not yet.
I'll do my best.
Get ready.
Oh, I don't think I'll be able to get both Harley and Fang at this range. No.
Here we go.
But I can do that.
I'll show you
Here we
what
go.
I got.
Let's do this.
My turn.
Right, they're going to start doing the big attack next turn.
Get ready.
Because I want Gordo to Fair Eyes on the off chance he survives it, and top up heal people. Yep.
My turn.
And only one person goes? Oh boy. Alright, Pippin, I need you to land that attack lower. You didn't. Yep, and there goes that! Ugh! Alright, Gordo needs to get up,
Get ready.
so you can start reviving people.
Ready to see my true
This looks
power?
dangerous.
My turn.
I still got this.
And I'm gonna have you Elixir so you can start trying to heal everyone else as well.
My turn.
Let's go, eh?
I'll do my best.
Here we go.
Don't count me out.
No, Fair Eyes, thank you.
Get ready.
Still didn't get that attack lower, damn it, I need that. I feel like it's more of a requirement than an ask. I don't know if it'll be possible to get both of them. Without it getting Bernard as well, right, okay. No, just do that.
My turn.
Here we go.
Let's go, Aaron.
My turn.
Get ready.
You didn't get the attack lower. Actually, no, you heal Pippin.
My
And give
turn.
top up on Fang while we're at it.
Let's do this.
Fuck it, going for it.
Data.
Let's go, eh? It's over.
Got ya, you motherfucker. God, that fight was stressful.
It's a win.
The moment when he just, whenever he wanted, he could just go, okay, game over, like that. That was insane. But we managed to pull it through, and I'm absolutely, as soon as this next cutscene ends, going to retreat to save the progress in. 44,000 experience too, damn.
We did it, Aaron.
Looks like I got stronger.
Ugh. I will not accept this. Defeated by such inferior beings. I will never accept this.
Yeah, whatever. Die with
Stay
dignity.
down.
Okay, let's go. Let's leave. After that insanity. No, bye, sorry. Yes. More ultra potions. See, this is the real reason you use synthesis, just to fucking stack up on potions like a maniac. Only one, huh? Save again. Back up we go. Actually, just before, how many floors are there to this? Okay, 5. So 4 will probably be another like spiral up, and then 5th floor final boss. All right. And there's no more unique enemies by the looks of it either. Does it fit? I'm still trying to think what I'll stream on the weekend. I don't know if I'll stream both days of the weekend, but I'll at least do, you know, one. I mean, if we end up starting a second playthrough of this and there's enough to it to justify, then there we go. That's something for Saturday and maybe Sunday. But if at the same time, I don't want to like dive immediately into the second playthrough, so I want to do something else. So it'll probably be either something shorter or something that doesn't like matter so much. I mean, we could do another P4AU stream because people enjoyed that and just lean more into online. But with that delay-based netcode, I'm not sure I want to. It'd probably just be more arcade mode runs and stuff like that, and I don't know if that would get boring. I'd say that we could make that a more casual stream and just kind of chat about whatever. But then that's barely any different than usual. We always talk about whatever. I was debating, actually, because it was like 2 or 3 days ago. I was really in the mood to go for a Castlevania. I was considering like a Super Castlevania 4 stream, you know, as in like the one on the SNES. Because that's like of the classic Vanias, that's one still my favourite. I genuinely prefer it over Rondo of Blood. And I know that's like blasphemy to a lot of people, but I just like how arcadey Super Castlevania 4 is. So that, I might do a stream on that, because that would easily be like just a one and done stream, you know? And if things go wrong and I get stuck, the version on PlayStation, well, it's part of like the Classic Collection remasterings and reworkings and whatnot, all have save states. So if it really falls apart, we can just save state and just work through the difficult bit in one strike.
New data?
I might actually do that though. It means I have to reinstall the Classic Collection, but I might do that.
I'll show you what I got.
Here we go! I'll do my best. Next.
So I would do a Metroidvania, like, you know, I want to do Symphony of the Night at some point. But that will be more than one stream, because I'll take my sweet ass time going through Symphony of the Night, because I love that game. I'll be taking it very casual when I go through Symphony. Like, I won't be going straight to the next objective, straight to the next plot thing. No, I'll be exploring every square inch, because it's my favourite thing about that game, is the exploration. Oh yeah, there's a save crystal over there, okay. So we don't have to do all this again. We can get there. Snorkel. Ooh, Valkyrie armor. For the lair there. Yeah, okay. I was like, she'll have that and F will keep the Chosen One ring, okay? That's insanely good. Oh, okay, I was trying to process where we were, and I was like, okay, no, it's literally just a lap and then save into that arena. There's very little up here, actually. Hey.
Sorry.
My turn.
Let's do this.
Here we go. My turn.
Let's go, eh?
God, that attack lower really doesn't like landing, does it?
I'll show you what I got.
New data?
Let's go, Aaron.
Get ready.
So it'd be nice if it landed more often, because I wouldn't have to worry about using stat bust and nurse at the start of a fight, just for it to run out in 2 or 3 turns. Okay, that doesn't go up any higher. So let's run to you, and you stack everyone up. Yep. Alright, then we'll save, so we should only reset here when we die. And then push on to what will likely be the final boss of this route. Oh geez, do you think this is the grand finale? Big glowing thing on the ground. I hope Tiara actually gets to participate in the final boss, because it'll be a little sucky if she can't.
Tiara!
Fang!
What a surprise. I never expected you to survive your wounds. It seems I've
Oh yeah, right,
underestimated
last
you
time
once
Sherman,
again.
like, killed us. Right, yeah, Sherman was the one that actually did that to Fang, which is why he's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah? Well, I'm just full of surprises, so how about you shove your compliments and release Tiara?
You fool. The vile god will revive soon. I'll celebrate his rebirth by spilling your blood. It'll be a historic bloodbath.
Oh yeah, whatever, Sherman, bring it on.
Sherman, let's settle this once and for all!
Don't make it a 1v1 again. Don't you dare, game.
Sherman,
Good.
Here I come.
huh?
Ooh, new battle theme. Gee, I wonder if this is final boss theme, or if it's just the battle against Sherman, like, penultimate fight theme. So I expect there'll be more than one fight. And the techie feel matches to considering that, his fairy was a robot.
Get ready! Here I come!
Executing Eruption Edge.
Taste my power! That hurt!
My light.
Wow, that is a lot of damage. Damn, Eruption Edge is the way to go.
My turn.
Yeah, okay, we're ripping. There's absolutely going to be a second phase.
Get ready!
Oh, yeah, it is rocking out, damn.
It's my turn. Here I come.
Ah! My turn.
Get ready!
Get ready.
Oh, that didn't crit that time. I think that's what happened. I think I got a crit last time, and that's why it ripped so hard.
Here we go.
How can this be?
Top up Ethel. Oh,
I
whoops.
expected as much from you. I suppose I can get a little serious. Here I come. Here I come. Now,
Uh-oh.
atone for your sins.
Ow, 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 ow.
Huh?
It's a good thing it only seems to be targeting Fang, but still.
I
Ow,
saw
ow, 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 ow. How are you supposed to survive that?
Here we go.
How is any character reasonably expected to survive that?
Here we go. I'll do my best.
Oh, I kind of wish it didn't start the track from the beginning. I was enjoying the groove it had already got to. The opening's kind of slow. Oh, we don't need to worry about Pippin. I was trying to line up Pippin, but no, he's literally at full. I keep doing that.
A bad move on my part. But this is the end. I shall end your life quickly. This is nothing.
Oh god,
Right,
who's
how
dead?
was
Oh, is it? He really doesn't like Bang. Get up. Let's see what phase 2 is, because there's absolutely going to be another fight.
I'm even stronger now.
Looks like I got strong. Much stronger.
Level up.
My power has increased.
Your efforts are futile. Struggle all you like. You're still too late. Look. The vile god is reviving.
It's the vile god?
Fang, kill me! Please!
Tiara!
There's still time. You can revenge the vile god's revival by killing me right now.
Don't be stupid! There's no way in hell I'm gonna do that!
You can't kill her, Fang? I certainly can.
Fang, wait! Try to remember what happened before we were sent to the past, when Tiara was killed. You should be able to see it now.
Is everything all right, Lord Sherman? We're at a crucial juncture right now. If we lose this battle...
Are we going to
we're
see
finished.
when Sherman forced himself on Tiara again?
Tiara. I
Oh,
already
no,
know
never
you're
mind. This is-
descendant of the vile god. That's
This is
why.
after. We don't have to see that again. This is after.
Our dream is to protect the peace of this world. You'll die for our dream, Won't you, Tiara?
Very well. As you
Oh
wish.
no, she accepted it?
Pitiful human, do you hate me?
You're...
If I did not exist, you never would have killed that girl. Hate me, and hate all those who have fallen into evil. Fill yourself with hatred, and dye your soul red.
I don't need you to tell me what to do. That was my plan all along.
What the hell? Sherman killed Tiara?
Yeah, we already kind of connected those dots. Oh, no, they've just learned that. Right. That was like a behind-the-scenes thing. Got it. That was... the player learned earlier.
Things are different now. Last time, Sherman killed Tiara to keep the Vile God from reviving. He did it for world peace. But now, Sherman is going to kill Tiara so the Vile God can enter his body, in order to claim the world as his own.
It's coming. The Vile God is coming!
Fang, hurry! You have to kill me! If you kill Tiara, the world will be saved.
To save one life, or the lives of many.
What are you gonna do, Fang?
He's gonna choose the one and find a way to come out on top anyway.
Fang, hurry!
Shut up! Stop freaking out! I'm calling the shots here!
Aww.
I tell you I was gonna change fate? How am I supposed to do that if I kill you?
Aww, look at that. There's a little tear in her eye as well because he knew. Aww, see, Fang, he's grown so much. Keep in mind when they first met. They met by Tiara poisoning him and him going on a rant and rave for a while and wanting to get payback and called her everything under the sun. And then this is how they ended up.
Fang.
Stupid fool. Do you really think you can defy fate? All you've done is sacrifice the world. And with this, my wish has been granted. Fang, in the end, you couldn't even protect Tiara. Watch as she's sacrificed to awaken the Vile God.
Oh, sorry, the Vile God's design I can't take seriously.
The Vile God has come!
How are you still alive?
The power
Oh, no, oh
of
right,
the
because Bernard's gonna
Vile God
try and
is
betray.
mine. I've inherited his ancient bloodline. I'm the only one truly worthy to receive his power! Oh, Vile God.
I'm waiting for the twist where the Vile God just goes, you know guys, I know I've got this name and all, but I'm not actually that evil. I don't care for just destroying the world malarkey. You guys completely misunderstood. And he just gets out and leaves. And they're just all sitting there looking at each other like, oh. Oh, fuck.
But
Rejected, I
I'm a
suppose.
descendant of the Vile God. Why?
It seems the Vile God doesn't care if his thirst is sated by a man's blood or a woman's.
Well, so that means Tiara gets to live, so he gets to come
He
back
was a
on some
fool for offering
sacrifice.
up his blood in place of Tiara's. But thanks to him,
But isn't it that the Vile God...
is
I
finally
know Sherman
awakened.
make that joke, but isn't it like the Vile God only accepts a woman's blood? So would it be like some like magic bullshit that makes it so he's gonna come back slightly weaker?
O Vile God, with this sword I surrender my body, my soul, and my wish unto you, so that you may receive it.
Ooh, now it's final boss. Look at that music.
Is that Sherman?
Oh, that's a face.
I don't know, but whatever it is, it has enough power to destroy this entire world. The power of the Vile God himself.
I like that it's in this in-game cutscene as everyone has their costume and aesthetical pieces on. Vile God Sherman. Yay! Thank God. I was concerned that they wouldn't let us do that. Oh, there's music! Let's get more range as well. Yeah, I've been saying it all game, but it was genuinely the biggest surprise going into this is how damn good the soundtrack is for like this quirky, like weird anime game. Like it genuinely just kicks off, and I live for it. So I'm just kind of appreciating it for a second whilst I'm doing this. Can't wait for us to then immediately lose this fight and have to do it all again. Equipment. You know what? Should I put on the DLC stuff just to try and make it like it's like Tiara's like because she's behind on levels anyway. Should I put on the DLC stuff to kind of just go, yeah, like crazy sicko mode for the last hurrah? Because I'm kind of debating it. Well, I know it'll kind of rip this fight in two, but at the same time, I'm not sure I want to do all of that again. Put on the sky frills. Where's that tiara I always put on you? Yeah, there it is. And that's the one I always had on you. But the stat comparison is insane. I look at any of these, it says I was half tempted to put these on everyone. To give everyone the insane stat boost, but I think that would really start turning the fight around. If we die and do have to do it again, I will put on the S ranks on everyone. I'm telling you now. Alright. It's a shame I can't use items right here. I just realised like that there's some SP issues here.
Out of my way! It all die!
Here we go.
What the fuck? What? Come on! Come on! What the fuck was that?
Let's go, eh?
That's a what?
My turn.
It all die!
You're scripted to lose, right? There's no way you're expected to win. Good. I was gonna say.
Fang looks hurt.
Does he? Okay, I'm glad that was scripted, because I was about to call shenanigans if they expected me to somehow come on top of that.
Fang!
What the? Aaron, you...
Fang, I will give you the power of the goddess.
This power! I can feel enormous power surging inside me! Can't believe it!
The goddess has descended?
Why? Why did you give me the goddess's power?
And play this song that's like copyrighted to hell, because every time it plays in one of my live streams, it gets a copyright claim.
Has moved the goddess.
It's about time! What took you so long?
Fang!
Still, I'm grateful. The goddess has given me a present, and I intend to use it. I'll defeat that idiot Sherman and seal the vile god!
Let's go, Kiwi!
It all die!
My turn.
Still hurt like a truck though. Damn, no, it's not scripted.
My turn.
Yeah, let's try and space people out a little bit.
Executing eruption edge.
Oh, there's two voices. It wasn't just you weak? Are you kidding me? I didn't feel weak. There was two voices when it said eruption edge. There was like a more like sophisticated voice behind it. So is that supposed to be like the goddess is literally fighting with them? It'd be nice if we could do some real damage, because how many health bars is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the one we're on 11. Is it still going to be, it's not enough, there needs to be more, that kind of deal? Yeah.
Power.
Enemy is strong. Such a fearsome opponent.
Maybe the power of the vile god really is stronger than the goddesses.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna lose to someone like him.
Fang, don't tell me you're... Are you trying to save Sherman like you saved me? You are, aren't you?
So it's like, god damn it, you fucking... But that's enough to answer the goddess's wish, I imagine.
What is this place?
Fang, what are you thinking? There's no way you can defeat the vile god with that blade.
Sherman?
Sherman?
Are you planning to rescue me? Don't bother. That wish of yours can no longer be granted. After all,
Oh!
resides here.
It's the reason why he went from just kinda creepy to like viciously fucking evil was because the vile god actually was influencing him throughout the second timeline. Do you think? In the first one, he was just a little bit of a womanizer that didn't know his fucking limits and was kind of creepy because of it. But because they already showed that his kill on Tiara wasn't a vicious evil one, it was more of a what he felt was right for the world, and Tiara accepted it. And then once the timeline reset, the vile god awakened and had influence, and that's what led to a lot of what happened. But because of Fang's wish for Tiara to live, it fucked with things and messed with the vile god, and that's how he ended up getting the reset.
It was consumed by the vile god. I have no regrets about this outcome. I willingly chose to become one with the vile god. In doing so, I thought I would be able to control the vile god's power. But as you can see, things turned out rather differently. So Fang, I'm going to entrust you with my dream. Please, protect this world.
What? You're asking me that now? Quit screwing with me! Stop being selfish! Why should I listen to you anyway? If you want to protect this world so badly, do it yourself!
I've entrusted you with my dream, Fang.
Sherman's like, I don't want to hear any more of it. It's on you, Fang. I'm done. I'm going to bed.
You idiot. Always acting without my permission. I never liked you from the moment we first met, Sherman. Shut up. Stop your jabbering. I'm not gonna hold back anymore. I'm not gonna show you any mercy. Brace yourself, vile god!
Let's go!
It all ends. Behold my power.
My turn.
Ow. Now can we actually start hurting you and it do decent damage?
Unleash my power.
It's a little bit better, I guess.
My turn.
Oh no, you took more than half damage in one hit.
Get ready.
Here we go.
Okay, no, Fang is the damage dealer, got it.
My turn.
Fang is the intended. Let's see if we can get a low on your attack.
ready.
No, of course we didn't.
It all ends.
I can keep going.
Both our healers went down. We need to get people spaced out. We're gonna lose anyway at this rate. Gordo, get up.
Yet.
It all.
I still got this.
I'll do my best.
Oh my god. Can we have like another cutscene of like shenanigans?
I'll do my best. I can do it. My turn.
Oh, jeez.
Get ready.
Fuck it, I think I've just got to accept my loss. I imagine you have to actually win that one. Yeah, that's the one you have to win. Holy shit. Wow. So you do all that, and then he'll still rip your head off at the end anyway if you give him a glimmer of a quarter to do so. You know, I'm glad I said, you know what, let's just use this, DLC, because I think I will, for the sake of getting a move on and making it so this stream, you know, ends, and we actually finish this game today. I think I am actually going to put everyone on the DLC spirits, and then just grind them up just a little bit. Just for the sake of getting shit done. Because we'll be here forever otherwise, because that's an insane requirement, and I absolutely know it expects us to just grind it out to be stronger. So let's go fight some enemies and build that up quickly.
Looks like that worked.
I'll do my best.
Let's do this.
Here we go. Ready to see my measurements complete.
It'll be quicker if we jump down the floor, actually. There's enemies in each corner here, yeah.
My turn.
Let's do this.
But that's insane. That final phase requirement. You know what it actually reminds me of, and it's an entirely personal thing? Way back when Bravely Default first came out, the first one, not second or Bravely Default 2, a similar deal happened with that game's final boss and me, where like the final boss or Bravely Default has 5 scripted phases. And then you get to like the actual final boss, and it's genuinely like 40 minutes of cutscenes and dialogue, and then fighting for a bit, but then it's not really like, it doesn't really matter because it's whole like half scripted shit. And then you get to the final phase, they finally expect you to, you know, like whoop ass and get everything that you need to done. And I got demolished because I was like level 75 when I got there the first time, and I was like hellishly underleveled, and it was like at level 88 I finally was strong enough to kind of survive my own and win. And I remember that's what it kind of reminded me of there, just getting to that point and just being like, oh, I just did all that cutscene just to get wrecked anyway. Because it's supposed to amp you up and like get you ready to go for the final fight to really overcome the odds, and then you just get destroyed anyway. And you're like, oh, whoops.
My turn.
Let's do this.
New data?
I'll show you what I got.
Who's next? Good job.
I'm feeling bomb.
What's heavyweight? Provides immunity to knockback but decreases movement radius on Ethel. Okay. And you're all in on dark support. So that's why we need a dark character. Maybe Apollonius is our dark character then when he eventually joins in one of the later run-throughs. Whether it be the next one or the one after. I hope it's not the one after, because that's a lot to ask from the player to have access to one character, do 2 full playthroughs of the game. So I'm also aware there's a thing like, if you want to max out the entire CG gallery, you have to beat the game 5 times, and that seems like an insane ask to me just to look at some more artwork.
New data?
And I get why it's 5 runs, because they want you to do the main 3 paths and then do the who you dating endings, essentially. So I'm sure there was some loot in there.
Now's my chance.
I'll do my best.
Let's do this. Next.
Here we go.
So I'll get these to a decent level,
Did you see my measurements complete?
understanding that one of them is going to be
My power
shoved
has
on
increased.
to Tiara, and someone else will just have to go without for a bit and go back down to an A. Probably Pippin. So I know I should have done more grinding off stream. When it came to me playing it off stream, I didn't want to grind up too much because I didn't want to, you know. There's always a thing with any RPG. You don't want to grind too much and completely steamroll the next challenge, because then half the fun goes. But at the same time, for how long that fight is, half the fun's already going to go if we have to sit through all of that just to, you know, fight it again. So I'd rather grind up a little bit. How are we doing on... Okay. Grind up a little bit, and then go take it on and see how we go. And if we're still struggling, we'll fucking get to that hurdle when we get to it.
Let's do this.
Here we go.
I'll show you what I got.
Yeah! Seize this chance! Who's next? Good job there, everyone!
Alright. So, how high? They're 8. 12,000 for another one. Okay. I'll get him to level 9 and look at how big the gap to level 10 is. If the gap's ginormous, we'll go fight then and there. If it's not that big, we will take it on. If it's not that big, we'll grind it up. If it is big, we'll go take on the final boss. That's what I meant.
My turn!
Get ready.
Here we go! I'll do
How
my
foolish.
best. Sleep.
But yeah, they really make the final... So I know also as well, we have to go back to it, is we're playing on hard mode. So of course there's some of it that is literally just because, you know, hard mode skews with some things really hard to make life more difficult for us. Oh, area resetting doesn't reset enemies. Okay. This enemy's only here because it naturally respawned. Got it.
Now's our chance! I'll do my best.
So you do have to actually use a dimensional clock if you want to, you know, reset the room immediately.
Here we go!
I'll show you what I got.
Good job!
New power.
Yeah, because there's nothing down here either. Interesting. I've only got one more of these left, so let's hope it makes a difference.
Looks like that worked.
My turn.
And I think that's the thing that's going to be a thing with like almost all the live streams I do. There's always going to be rules of things I won't want to do,
Get ready.
but I'm never going to be like, oh, we'll never ever absolutely
Rush.
positively use it. Because if it becomes a matter of getting a move on, I will take the getting a move on. It was the same with Elden Ring. I knew that I was doing a lot of streams on that game, and all of them were very chunky. So as much as the Mimic tier was very noticeably overpowered, I eventually just went, you know what, screw it. For the sake of getting a move on, I'm bringing it with me.
Fire up, eh?
Fire! Measurements complete.
It's around 12,000 to get level them up to 10. So I will... What's this? While the party leader's ability, your allies' accuracy will increase. Okay, so that one's going on Tiara when push comes to shove. Since I always have Tiara act as party leader.
Initiative. My turn.
Let's go, Aaron. Next.
New data.
I'll show you what I got.
Who's next? Good job there!
What? I was going backwards.
Now's my chance.
My turn.
Let's go, Aaron.
New data.
My turn.
Get ready.
Of course, these guys are insanely tanky regardless of what we
Here
do.
we go! I'll do my best.
New data.
Let's
Not
do
over
this.
yet.
Measurements complete.
No, let's not use those. Let's use the potion we don't care about. We've only got so many of those ultras, and we're going to need it for the final fight. Have these guys respawned? No, I guess we're going the other way then. Yeah, well, because most other Compile Heart games do reset if you leave the room. So it's interesting that this game doesn't do that, and they make you rely on the dimensional clocks if you want to speed up grinding.
Let's do this. Stay down.
I suppose it's a reason to buy them, but it just seems strange.
I got some good data.
I imagine if you outright leave the dungeon, it will still, you know, reason it, but it's still just an odd one for me. Yeah, sure, I'll use these.
Now's our chance. I'll do my best.
Let's go, Aaron. Next.
New data?
Here we go.
Let's go, eh?
My turn.
Here we go.
Measurements complete.
Alright. Increases the damage of swords and greatsword techniques and special attacks. Alright. Now let's get back up there, save, and try this shit again. You know what I could do as well? I've just looked at it in the bottom left. I still have that fucking sword that lowers our defense by 10% in. Hang on. Because we can stock up as well while we do this. I'm going to yank that sword out. So we're coming back anyway to buy more of these. And you know what, I could actually, I know I'm being very cheeky, also because, you know, we don't have Tiara, so we'll be a person down. I'm very tempted to run through here just to see if I can take on the boss there now. But because at the end of the day, like, once we beat that final boss and we're done, we are kind of done with this stream, regardless of whether or not I do the next playthrough or not. So, for the sake of making it a bit longer, I'm almost half, yeah, I'll just quickly run through. Even if we're lacking a party member, just give it one take and take it from there. What's the one that had party leader boost? It was the one that's on. Yeah, remove you. So you can be on you since you're technically party leader. And you have that. And you have that. Alright. Let's get down there. Avoiding these enemies. I said avoiding these enemies, god damn it!
I can keep going.
But you're doing nothing to us, give it up.
Run.
As I say, it did nothing to most of us. Pippin's the exception, apparently. Oh, you, Good, I was gonna say, you can't get back attacked, can you? No, thankfully you're not. So I'm absolutely gonna boost the crap out of that range. Yeah, excuse me, coming through. Okay, I'm glad that enemy just kind of got stuck, it seemed. And then it was up, okay. Because the reason why I wanted to try and take this on is because I think the Fury it's going to drop might be an S rank. And if it is a, you know, natural S rank, we can then get that last sword out of the goddess. And then it really will only be worrying about the Vile God in the future runs. And then it's just follow it round. Got it. And there's a save point right here anyway, so if we get close and it seems doable, we can just do that.
Let us begin.
Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm still not optimistic.
This might be bad. My turn.
Let's go, Aaron.
I still got this.
I can
not
tell
over
this
yet.
looks dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not fancying my chance. I mean, people are like, some people are barely surviving, but as a whole, no, I think this is a New Game Plus beyond kind of fight, at least in hard mode.
Let's go, eh? I'll show
Here
you
we
what
go.
I got.
Don't count me out.
Yeah,
I still got this.
it was worth a try. But this is a super come back way later kind of deal. This is I will not entertain any other answer, fuck off kind of deal. Yeah. Alright, well, lesson learned. We wasted 5 minutes, but what's new there? Let's try this again, actual. Oh, I just have to do all this again? When Tiara joins at the end, I will probably take all the S ranks off so I can actually rearrange who I think would be best for which one, instead of just relying on the stat boosts. That's assuming we even stand a chance in this fight, and it isn't just a huge goddamn grind wall, even with the DLCs. Because if it is, then, oh, yikes. I mean, I'll do it because I've got experience boosters, but it's still like a, ooh, okay. It's like I said, my intention going into this stream was just carry on until I finish. And so if that takes a little longer because, you know, the final boss becomes a grind wall, then so be it. Also, I think I went the wrong way. I did. But it still seems more manageable compared to some other Compile Heart games' final bosses. Some of their other ones, they just kind of throw balance up the window and say, yeah, fuck you, work it out. Especially on hard mode. What's this as a whole, although it's been difficult and there's certainly been a plethora of moments where I've kind of raised an eyebrow throughout this, mostly with that crit rate and how the enemy seems to like just rinse you in one hit if they get a crit, yet you barely notice it when you get one. It's been a relatively smooth ride as a whole. Like, it's relatively balanced. It's had a few mishaps, but as a whole, it's been manageable. So it'd kind of suck if the final boss suddenly then became impossible, but no, it doesn't seem that way. It just seems a little bit more of a grind. Which makes me curious what the expected level is for it, because everyone's like level 50, but it's a slow process leveling up to that point. So I'm gonna... Yep, save. They got to do that. Oh no, they revived the Vile God. Now what do we do? Oh no, we got to beat Sherman up first. I completely forgot about that.
We'll stop.
A fucking stat difference. Alright, take this, Sherman. Oh.
Here we go.
Alright, maybe don't miss.
Let's go, eh?
Holy hell. Look at that stat difference we now have.
How was
New
that?
data.
It still can't survive that, though.
I'll do my best.
Let's go, eh?
How can this be?
Here we go. How is everyone all right?
Much stronger.
Level up.
And that was with the extra defense. Then we skip this, and then we get our first force loss. Alright. Hey, girl, yeah, do that. Just a bit more of a generalized, okay. Maybe I should have put that on her. Alright, let's take all of these off. So we can actually have a look at what we need to do. We also need to give you better stuff. I gave you that before, didn't I? Yeah. There we are, and... Sure. Then wear the dress I give you and the tiara. Right, you start. You are going to be party leader, so I already know I am giving you this one. Actually, let's make sure that is legit. Boom. Alright, Fang. Is there a fire one? No, but you get the super powered Fair Eyes, so I think that will work for you. That. Have SP cost down. Because as I said, I'm not giving Pippin an S rank. He's the only one that's going to be missing out. You have that one. So you'll have the range loss. And then we need to give you a good A rank. Well, these guys have been good to me. Look after them. If you have any other A rank that's better. Attack-wise, Gunlight's better. Let's keep on scrolling across. Actually, let's do by rank. Oh, the Commandos, or whatever they pronounce that, is better. Alright, we're going to rock this. And it doesn't matter because we technically lose this first fight anyway. Anyway. Yep. And it doesn't matter because this phase we also technically lose anyway.
My turn.
Look at that. Look at the damage we're doing and how that health bar's not moving.
Here we go.
Look at that 15,000 and the health bar didn't move.
My turn.
Alright, and then
Let's go.
we go badass mode, and now it's time to put up or shut up.
My turn.
Executing freezing
And we just pray to God that this stat difference matters enough. Well, damage-wise it will.
My turn.
It just becomes a matter of making sure Fang stays in the realm of the living.
Get ready. Here I come.
Eruption edge.
Oh, do you think you could give a few writing tips? We start getting into D&D and just joined a text-based campaign on Discord. Ooh. Okay. The two pieces of advice I could immediately give you will contradict each other, but stay with me. Detail isn't absolutely everything. What I mean by this is you have to understand that whoever's reading it, they need to understand enough to get an image in their head of what you're talking about and what you're describing, right? So that you can't just say they enter the room, because people will go, what the fuck, what's in the room, what's there? But at the same time, if you explain every single little thing that's in that room to the nth degree, say like, oh, there's 10 trinkets on this shelf, and all the trinkets are yada 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 yada, people will switch off. So you can say there's a cabinet with trophies on the side, but don't just explain what all the trophies are. You can say there was an unkempt bed in the middle of the room, but don't go into the detail of what colour it is, yada yada. Like, keep it so people can make an image in their mind, but you don't need to go over every single detail. The next piece of advice, the one that contradicts it, is at the same time, understand that not everyone has as good of an imagination as everyone else, so try and give leeway in places of it. Like, say you're going to explain a character, maybe give the detail on their height, or maybe their eye colour, or maybe even like their hair length and colour, but you don't necessarily then beyond that have to go, oh, they have these moles, their face is like this. Like when I'm writing, like for example, when I'm writing Azel and I describe Azel, my main character in my book, I explain her hair colour and her hair is very long, and I talk about her eye color, but then when I'm describing her face, I just say she has a very beautiful face, and I move past it. So then that still leaves room for imagination while being detailed enough to give people an idea, like that she is a very charming looking character and very beautiful aesthetically. So people's idea of what beautiful is still allows the leeway of imagination. Additionally, let me think. You've got my brain, like, you've got the gears going in my head now. What kind of D&D campaign is it? How much does, like, personal story and character motive matter? Like, is it supposed to be very characterized, or is it more the overarching story that matters? If that makes sense. Like, does what each individual character has in them matter more than the overarching story, or is the overarching story leading it and you're all just players in the game? Because if the character development matters more, then you need to think about whether they are a static character or a dynamic character. Which, if you don't know what that means, static is how they'll be at the end of the story is how they were when they started. Classic example, Homer Simpson. Homer never changes, he never develops, he's always the exact same character in every single episode of the show. He's a static character. Whilst a dynamic character, you get to the... Fang, in this game, is a perfect example. At the start of this game, he's a complete jackass who was a lazy piece of shit, whilst now he's a motivated hero desperate to do the right thing and save Tiara no matter what. He's a dynamic character because he changed as it went on. So you need to think back on yourself, what characters are static and what are dynamic, and also understand that just because they're static doesn't mean they're bad. There are great characters, great loved characters, who have always been the same. It's mostly roleplay, so I guess it is character based. Then yeah, my advice sticks. You need to identify whether this is a character that's going to change as it goes on, or if it's going to be they're always a one-dimensional, always going to be static. And as I said, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. There's nothing wrong with a character being static, and there's nothing wrong with a character being dynamic. It's a style, but it will become undone if you alternate. If you make them static for a super long time, and then suddenly at the last hurdle make them have an epiphany, it won't resonate well with people. People, it won't click with people. People go, that seemed out of character. But at the same time, if they're showing signs of development and then about halfway through they hit that point and then nothing else happens after that, they go from dynamic to static, the character will become boring. What makes a good static character is that the character themselves that they start at is enjoyable and they hold true to it. What makes a good dynamic is that development takes place across the entire story, not just a piece of it. A good example, as much as I adore the character of a dynamic done wrong, is Futaba in Persona 5. She's a dynamic character, but her dynamic range is one chapter, and then after that chapter, she's pretty much at that point of development for the rest of the journey. And so the interest on like what happens to her character ceases there, and it's entirely down to how much you enjoyed her journey is how much that matters. Whilst characters like, say, Yosuke in Persona 4 are more natural dynamic because his personality and how he sees things does genuinely continue to change throughout the entire course of the story. I love talking about it. I always go on about it being a writer. I always love talking about it, so feel free to ask anything. Whether there's a specific thing you're curious about or a certain thing that you want to see if you can do different or whatever, just go ask away, dude. It might take me a second to answer because I'll have to get my brain into gear, but I'll happily talk about it to the end of days.
I'm ready.
Oh right, yeah, Pippin doesn't... I was just like, yeah, Pippin's not going to be that helpful in this fight. Ethel needs it more.
It all ends
I'll do
here.
my best.
Here we go.
Maybe at the end of the fight I'll try and pick up Pippin, but Pippin's not going to be helpful in this fight. Sorry, dude.
Get ready.
I will have you... Yeah, just heal yourself.
It all ends here.
Alright, thanks. Yeah, no worries, dude.
It all.
Let's go, eh?
And obviously, with it being roleplay and D&D, there's gonna be an extent where you are just gonna be rolling with the punches. Like there are gonna be points where, like whoever is the game master will say, oh, but this event happens and it'll be radically different, and the way your character is, or the way some of the characters are, physically won't be able to challenge it in any reasonable sense just because of how they're written. And when it comes to that, like I said, when it's D&D, that's something that you do just have to kind of say, okay, this is this is that, take it for what it is, and adapt as you can, if that makes sense. But that's harder to them to like talk about, because that's entirely dependent on whoever your game master is and how they choose to handle it. They could play it safe for a whole bunch of it. They could just throw twists at you every single opportunity they get.
I'm ready.
Get ready. Here I come.
All right, how much does this do?
Do my best.
14k, damn.
It all ends here.
Can you? No, you still can't. Just top yourself up because you're too far away from everyone else. You still can't Fair Eyes either. So I'll have you just attack.
I think I messed up.
Oh, no, you got... Oh my god. Get... Get up.
New data.
Did they genuinely just make this a giant grind wall? Even with the boost that we have? So if that's the case, then yikes. That's a little extreme. I know I said once again on hard mode, so things are a bit different, but that's still a bit brutal. And the boss is going to attack again in a sec. Jesus.
It all ends here.
Oh, it's because you're weak. That's why it's lowering your thing. You're weak to the element.
I'll do my best.
Here we go.
I will save this.
Okay, time for the ult.
You are begone with.
Get ready.
Yep. Can we interrupt it with Burning Strike?
It all ends. Behold.
My turn.
We actually kind of did, I think. Nice.
I'll do my best.
Here we go.
You... Ah, no, the boss is going to attack next. We're too close. I want to try and get Ethel. There we go.
Let's make this interesting.
My turn.
Get ready.
I say, please be in... No, I need you. I say, please be in range, Tiara. Thank you. Sure, God, I'll have that. We all died from the crit. Alright, it's a grind wall. Oh my days. Alright, so what level are we thinking? Because we're going to be here for a bit. What I'm actually going to do is... so everyone can have an S rank. That last S rank, yeah, this one, I'm going to equip that on Pippin just for now. So we can start grinding up in the background. But yeah, it's a fucking grind wall. Oh my days. Alright, back to it.
Looks like that worked.
I'll do my best.
Let's do
If it's just going to be able to 10k everyone like that.
Did it, Aaron.
We need everyone super stacked.
We're ready for ya.
My turn.
Let's go, Aaron. Stay
New
down.
data. Here we go.
Let's go, eh?
I can do it.
My turn.
My turn. Sleep.
And if you've, depending on how many characters are in it,
Let's go, Aaron.
actually no, let me reword that.
Here we go.
Oh, let me think. I'm trying to think how to word it.
Here we go.
I guess just be wary of how many characters there are. If there's a lot of different faces and a lot of different things, understand that people aren't going to remember every single detail of every single character. And I'm not saying make the character simple, but if they've got like a million powers and like a million special things about it, but there's also like 20 characters, people are not going to remember what those powers are when that character is relevant again.
Let's go, Aaron.
So kind of, once again, don't make them simple, but check them if there's a lot. If there's few, then have at it, because it's easier to remember when it's only a handful. But the only thing is, it's harder for me, at least anyway, to try and advise and compare, because I've done few D&D campaigns in the past, but that was back when I was in college, and you'd actually all like sit around a table and talk it out, you know? It wasn't like just a written D&D campaign. It was actually like we had a game master who had her notes on like everything it was and how she wanted it to be. And we all kind of followed her script to an extent, but we got to be our own characters and have our own spin on it as we went. And to be fair, she was a great game master. I need to actually reach out to her and see if she'd ever be interested in doing it again. So we haven't been able to talk much recently because she lives quite far away, and obviously COVID stopped that happening. Well, I'll have to see if she's up for another game. There's only 4 of us so far, but we did just start. Yeah, true. But then, if you don't know where it's gonna go, then lean on the advice. I'd say don't make it like have fun with it. Like if there's a particular power you've always wanted on the character, have it, but don't override them too much. Don't go too ridiculous. Limit it a little bit if there's potential for more. Because alternatively, if they're going to be a dynamic character, they could develop to those new powers anyway later. If it ends up not being that many more people join later in the campaign, like you could like justify them growing into new power through their growth as their development. I'd love to go do another D&D campaign now. It's in my mind.
Looks like that worked.
I'll do my best.
Oh, I pressed the button. Oh, I skipped too much. The second time was my fault.
Here we go. Who's
Get
next?
ready.
I can do it.
That's a win for us.
Oh, right. No one got hurt.
Now's our chance. I'll do my best.
Let's go, Aaron.
Come on,
Stay
do
there. You did it, Aaron.
Oh, and just because I was thinking on my own book and it's on my mind, as I told you, like you have to give my brain time to think all this stuff through.
My turn.
Some writers actively do everything in their power, no matter how dark it is, to avoid swearing, while some writers have their characters swear all the time. What I'll say is, when I'm writing, my characters do swear, but only when it's impactful. Like, I don't just have them swear like a Grand Theft Auto character every other line, but if it's like the villains just killed their best friend, if they turn around and go, fuck you, it holds more weight in the anger, you know? So the swear has significance. There are some people that completely, ironically, swear off swearing, and are completely against it because they feel like it doesn't add anything. But I disagree with that. But I feel like you can make swears worthless if you have characters swear too much.
Get ready.
So if you make it like a good example is the Devil May Cry reboot to Devil May Cry 5. Both games swear quite a bit, but in the reboot the swearing is meaningless. It is so like a 13-year-old's identification of what they think is cool. It's so embarrassingly terrible, the writing of how heavily they swear. Whilst Devil May Cry 5, Nero's own father just told him he doesn't matter to anything that happens. He wasn't even a blip on the radar. But his dad was also the one that, you know, cut off his goddamn arm and caused everything that happened that's now putting the life in danger. So when Nero, who's had enough of hearing all of it, turns around and goes, fuck you! It carries the weight of the world. It's the most satisfying and deserved fuck you out there. Because it's like, no, yeah, Nero has every right to be pissed. being told by his own dad he doesn't matter to anything, despite the fact the only reason Nero joined the fight is because his own dad ripped off his goddamn right arm.
Let's go, Aaron.
Here we go.
You know, like, it was a well-deserved, and the fact that you have to do it yourself, you have to press the button to go devil trigger, and when you press the button, then Nero shouts "fuck you" is what made it so good.
My turn. Sleep.
How's that fairy doing? A, okay.
Looks like that worked.
My turn.
Because I do that in my writing. When I first, like...
Here we go.
Well, not when I was doing, like, the fanfics when I was a kid. When I first, like, proper started trying to write my own original work, I also tried to swear off swearing full stop. I never had characters swear. And that was when I was writing a book that I'll talk about from time to time, so I'll name it. It was called Mary and Vincent. And I actually ended up writing a whole trilogy, but they're never going to be published, even though they're all finished.
Looks like I got stronger.
And they are original works. Every time I read back on them, I always find more things I don't like about how I wrote a few, like, 3 or 4 years ago when I did it. So they won't ever probably be published. I might return to them and rewrite them. But in the first book, I don't swear once. I don't have a single character swear once. I just completely didn't have it. While in the second book, there was only one swear in the entire book. And the setup was Mary's, the main character, Mary's adopted daughter. She found out that her adopted daughter was, by a string of fate, destined to be killed. And it was a necessary evil to stop this being that its name was literally Despair, and this was years ago, so don't start comparing it to Danganronpa. The creature was just known as the Despair creature, so give me a break. Oh, it was 5 years ago, all right. I was an ambitious, like, 17-year-old. Anyway, it was the only way to stop Despair, and they were like, Mary was told bluntly by these other gods, no, your daughter has to accept her death. And so Mary went to basically limbo to fight to get her out, and when the daughter herself admits that she had always accepted that this was going to happen once she learnt this, and was always prepared to accept her death, Mary's defile of fate is literally just her looking her daughter dead in the eye and saying, fuck that, and then taking her hand and marching on to try and save her, to make sure that they can pull her out of limbo and give her, like, a rebirth.
Here we go.
And then after that, I just kind of leaned on it more. I was like, no, now I've done that. Went into the third book.
Get ready.
The third book, although it was still called Mary and Vincent, was focused on a new character that eventually met Mary and Vincent.
My turn.
That character, they were a teenager. They were a 19-year-old, so to show that she was a little less mature, she swore a little less often, but I still made it matter. I made it so, like, almost like her catchphrase was to go bullshit whenever she heard something she really didn't like, to such an extent that other characters would start kind of winking at her and saying it themselves. Well, now in my main book that I am writing and intend to publish once I'm done, The Demon of Xenelheim, I say that Azel swears a little bit, but that's just because she's disinterested in everything. Also, I want to keep on going backwards. Like, she finds a lot of things that people do kind of frustrating and kind of switches off, and when they get on their arse, she'll just tell them, go away, fuck off. That kind of attitude. And it's only as it goes on and she gets more caring, because she's a dynamic character, to use my own terminology. I was like, it's not my own, I didn't invent the word, but you know what I mean, like, to use what I was talking about earlier, that she learns to start growing, and it's that she had a key character help become the template of her development. There's another character called Ellie, and Ellie is an unrelenting flirt, but genuinely has a heart of gold underneath the flirtatious, overly sexual attitude that she presents to everything, and eventually it just does enough to start charming Azel a little bit. To make a comparison, it's almost sort of like how Kaito is a complete dumbass, but we all love him really, because his dumbassery kind of brings the best out of everyone. That's kind of Ellie, but if it was a little bit more sexual and a little bit more flirty, because she is extremely flirty. But I loved making a character like that. for the record. I loved making a character that just kind of, like Ellie, who just kind of makes her own rules. And if her own rules happen to be something of her calling everyone sexy or calling everyone her princess. Because like Lux is in the party and she only ever refers to him as Prince Charming. But then there's also Luna, who she calls Princess or Madam, and then Azel, who she always calls her Queen. And yes, Ellie's nicknaming always have to do with royalty. But then even that, I can use it as a two-way street, because Ellie joining Azel's quest, when shit gets serious, she has to, you know, mature a little bit herself. She can't just rely on her old habits all the time. So that's where her character development gets to shine a little bit. As much as it's going to sound egotistical, I would love to do a stream one day where I just talk about my book for the whole thing. Genuinely. I know that sounds egotistical as hell, to be like, you know, of course he wants to write about his work, but genuinely, I'd love to just share with you guys, like, what I work on, what I'm writing on, what my, like, goal is, what I want to do, how many notes I fucking have, and all this shit. I would genuinely love to do that. Anyway, what I am going to do, I know it's going to be a bit daring, where's the experience plus 60? There it is. I'm gonna dunk this in here since we've got everyone on the S ranks anyway, just to speed up the grinding. Because I'm thinking 53, anywhere between 53 and 55. So I think the first character to hit 55, I'll stop, because everyone else will be 53, 54 range. Because Pippin will likely hit 55 first. That's what I'm thinking. I kind of wish I knew about this beforehand, and I kind of wish Tiara could still be in the party, but beggars can't be choosers, I suppose. So yeah, so our attack and defense will be down by 10%, but 60% extra experience will hopefully speed this up a lot. How close is that? Okay, pretty close. And what are your abilities? Earth, crits, and health back, and increases all golden experience earned. And what was the other one we unequipped? Didn't you also have, like... No, okay, as I say, no, as I say, okay, so we're getting even more experience on top of that. That's probably why Pippin's level's running away from them. Which, to be honest, makes me want to swap Foxer for the one Harley has. Because Harley's so far behind all the time. So you have that, and then you look after... No, because Drolga is a party leader one. God dang it, hang on. You look after Drolga and we'll make you party leader, god dang it. Ethel, take over.
I'll do my best.
Let's go, Aaron.
Here we go.
You'd think if these enemies are resistant to ice, it'd mean they're weak to fire, but it doesn't seem that way. Because they're weak to electricity instead, because that math checks out. You know what, fuck it, if we're grinding, I'm going to talk about my book. I don't care if it's egotistical, it's my work and I take great pride in it.
It's over. A winner.
It's moments like this where I wish I had a second screen, because I'd put the chat on one screen so I could start going through the notes on my book without worrying about it. Because I have... it was going to be 5 central leads, but it's kind of... it lowered to 4 in the end, because there was a side... The way it was going to be, there was going to be a character that was going to be a side character that in the second act would then become a main party.
Let's do this.
But as it went on, I found them more interesting if they were a side character that then became a villain instead. And so that's what I did. They're not a main antagonist, but they are around for a while, and they do become a major threat for a while, even if they're not, you know, the biggest focus in the world. And that was a character by the name of Orida, so I'll start there. Orida Kurumi is a Makzen samurai. Makzen being one of the 4 main regions of my story. He is very egotistical and very prideful of himself, but always believes what he's doing is right, even if it very clearly isn't. And he also is a gang leader, and his gang follow his every beck and call because he's far stronger than all of them, so it became like a battle of strength. Like, he outpowers all of them, even his most loyal right-hand man, who you'd think wouldn't be able to outpower him, Kusakadario.
Let's go, Eren.
Kusakadario is a, like, near 7 foot tall brick wall powerhouse, but has, like, no technique, which is how Orida came to outpower Kusakadario and earned the giant's respect. If you're wondering about the names, they're region-specific. Markzen is very Eastern-inspired, so a lot of the names for the characters are, you know, Eastern-inspired. And so that's why there's a character called Orida, and who's from Markzen. Or, like, there's a... one of the antagonists, someone who runs a prison which Azel starts in, is called Shido. Dr. Shido Yuma. Who's also a doctor as well as a head guard, and yeah. So it's like that is like a glimmer. Like, Markzen's just one region. Markzen is an extremely militant kingdom, and is the easternmost kingdom of the lot, and is basically ruled by not slave labor, but what other choice do you have labor, if that makes sense. Where, like, they're paid bare minimum, and it's the only line of work, but the work isn't nice. It's going to the mines and mining out these ores and minerals that are directly tied to the magic of the world, because they artificially make their magic in Markzen to allow them to use, like, you know, like the elements of being able to use fire magic or water magic or ice magic, wind, ground, yada yada. They mine it out the ground, but they don't. No. The poor people who have nothing, no other option, really, do it, and then it gets taken away from them by the Markzen guards or the Markzen officials.
Let's go, Eren.
Get ready.
To then be sold to the wealthy in like the main cities. So it's like the journey that they go on, and they end up going through a lot of these mining villages. Like, they go through both Pyre Village and Cryer Village, which, as the name suggests, Pyre is because they found a fire ore-based camp there, and so cleared that out in great detail, and Cryer for ice. And there's somewhere I had a bit of fun with the naming, like Whetstone Mountain, is because there's both water magic and ground magic in there. So I was like, yeah, call it Whetstone Mountain, because that's like a bit on the nose of a name of an area. But Markzen as a country is basically a giant desert, which is why it's all mines, because it's all sand, so it's easier to dig up and start going into, and then you just find solid ground underneath where they start digging into further. It's slightly less developed, but at the same time, it houses the most advanced technology in the world, in my book.
Level up.
But the only reason it does is because of that not so subtle slave labor that the poor common folk never once get to touch or even know about. Yet they have a flying fortress, for God's sake, powered by wind magic, known as the Hold of the Damned. The Hold of the Damned, what makes it I say interesting, is my ego kicking in. What makes it what I think interesting is the entire place of it is entirely designed to house demons and only demons. It's a prison for demonic kind. Demons, in my story, are slightly different. Every single human being in my world has a chance to wake up with cursed blood, and their blood can be cursed in one of two ways, the primary or the secondary. The primary curse is basically they have the potential to become a demon at some point in their life. And when they transform into a demon, that transformation differs from person to person. Some people, it's barely noticeable, and they can use that to their advantage to continue to mingle with society, while some are more drastic, and they might get, like, scaly skin, or, like, horns, or, like, you know, things like that. Our main character, Azel, is a demon. And her giveaway is that her nails are more like claws, and her teeth... Remember Soda's teeth? Where it was like they were like more like pointy shark teeth? Well, that's kind of hers, but not as big. Like, they're still more human sized, they just, all of them are slightly more pointed. So she can kind of cover it up because her sharp nails can just, you know, she can just chalk up to being more feminine when people ask. She just has to be careful not opening her mouth too wide when talking, because people might notice the points and question it. The secondary curse is more tragic. It's if you have a secondary curse on you, if you are in the vicinity of someone with a primary curse, it will affect your health. And so there are some characters in the game who talk about how they actually ended up losing their parents because they had a primary curse and one of their parents had a secondary. And so because they were near them, their health continued to degrade until they died.
Here we go!
Let's go, eh?
One of the side characters, Badeline, being no exception to this. She doesn't know her real parents because she was actually taken away from them because people caught on that she had a primary curse and their parents had both of her parents had secondary.
Let's make this interesting.
So as a toddler, she was taken away from her parents and was adopted to try and protect both sides. God, we're still... No one's leveled up since we started this. God dang it. And it's why Badeline's full name is Badeline Harmonium Rosenfalter. Because her full name is actually Badeline Harmonium, but she was adopted into the Rosenfalter family.
My turn.
And yes, the notes I took building Demon of Xenelheim's world, it took me years. I spent a very long time plotting out everything I want to do with this story, how I want to handle it, how things I want to go, before I even put my pen on the paper. But for the other regions, because I'll cover them and then we'll start going through the actual main characters, the northern region is Revapol, where the Revapudlians are... if Markzon was the most technologically advanced, Revapol is just straight up the richest. The billionaires and millionaires and just the people who have infinite wealth live up there.
New data?
So much so that if you're middle class, you're absolutely looked down upon. Despite the fact, you know, you're middle class, you're still doing pretty well. They have an Omega City, fittingly named Fortune City, which is ginormous in scope and scale, and is split into separate districts, separating the wealth from like the hyper upper class to the upper class to the middle class, with the middle class basically being tucked into the corner. There is no lower or working class in that city because you straight up probably wouldn't be allowed in or be able to afford any living there if you tried to enter the city without a decently, you know, big income.
Here we go.
But there is a plethora of villages on the outskirts of that mega city that house anyone. And most of them do alright. One of the main characters, Lux, actually grew up in that outskirts. And they are just called the outskirts, the villages surrounding it. The actual towns, like the Chaining Port town, that actually, you know, it's a name, it's called Chaining. That's further away from the city. That's actually on the southern coast of the country. To the west is Xenelheim. You know, what the book's named after. And the reason why it's called the Demon of Xenelheim is because that's a title given to an infamous demon who went berserk when they awoke into their demonic power and wiped out the entire capital city of people, ending the entirety of... I say city, Xenelheim is a lot more tropical and small scale. They wiped out Fluxus village and killed over 200 people before they finally came back to their senses and realized what they had done. And because they had killed such an extreme amount of people, it became a worldwide known event that was always in the papers and whatnot. That Demon of Xenelheim is our main character, Azel. So even from the start, she carries a stupendously great deal of guilt on her shoulders for ending everyone she ever knew in her demonic fury when she first transformed. And so the book is on her journey, hence the book is called The Demon of Xenelheim, because that's the title she was known as. It was just, it's that demon from Xenelheim, which eventually became The Demon of Xen, or The Demon of Xenelheim. Whilst we're talking about Xenelheim, I can talk about how Xenelheim in the story is essentially the country that every other country doesn't like. Despite the fact they are very relaxed and keep to their own devices, there was an incident in that country hundreds of years ago which kind of led to there being a bias against them in history that still stands true to this day. And it's felt throughout the story. People do not like Xenelheimians, and if they recognize one, they are very distrusting towards them as a rule. Some people don't mind too much and can look past the fact it's just ancient history, but a lot of others have it so embedded that they can't, and are very judgmental just because of where they come from. Which isn't necessarily me trying to take a stand on racial topics, it's just what I wanted to write with the story. Because the idea of Xenelheim is that it was learnt through Xenelheim that if a demon dies of old age, instead of being killed, only the human half of them will die. The demon blood will carry on and will basically control their body but won't be able to necessarily control any thoughts. They'll basically become like a zombie, is the easiest way to explain it. The nickname they now go by, or the terminology they go by, is husks. But when it was first discovered, it was discovered in Xenalheim, and it was only ever seeming to happen in Xenalheim. And it was because Zen, at the time, were actually sparing demons instead of killing them. They were the only country to do so. And so they learnt by accident that sparing demons and letting them grow up of old age and then die of old age will result, or dying of natural causes in general, like illnesses, result in the demon carrying on. And they become a threat because they do just become these husks running around. And so because of that, at the time, instead of being called husks, they were called Zenus. Zenus being short for Xenalheim Nasty. As in Xenalheim, nasty, get it? See, I promise I'm a smart writer. I promise I'm smart. I'm not a complete tool with my naming. But once it was discovered that it has nothing to do with being born from Xenalheim, because that was the assumption that it was just the Xenalheim people are different, the nickname was dropped in favor of Husk, but a lot of people still blame Xenalheim for that being, which led to the stereotyping that demons are Xenalheim born, and the oppressive nature that every other country's majority tends to treat Xenalheim. What doesn't help is that Xenalheimian people are very easy to identify because they are extremely pale. They almost look like vampires with how extremely pale they are. Which also applies to Azel. Azel is an extremely pale girl because she is Xenalheim born, and Badeline, although she was raised in Reverpool by her adopted family, was born as Xenalheimian, so had to deal with that, well, for the lack of a better word, racism all of her life. She grew up in the wealthiest country of them all as the one person that every country doesn't like. Of course, she was picked on a lot, which is why she's got a very tough, badass exterior now that she's an adult, because she had to fight to survive, kinda, in her own way. And finally, the bottommost country is Utonis. Utonis only has one known town, and that is the port town at the northern border. And it's where Ellie was born. Ellie Fee Boone is her full name.
Here we go.
And the thing with Utonis is that it's actually the birthplace of magic, but the mythos surrounding magic has long since been buried in history, because there's actually a giant volcano at the southern side of the country, and that volcano is surrounded by a gargantuan thick rainforest that no one dares enter because they don't see the point. But within that giant forest is a plethora of hidden away magic villages. And the reason why no one knows about them is because people who live in that village tend to stay there their entire life. It's only if they're exiled that they ever leave. One of our main characters, Luna, is one of those exiles. And so she doesn't look too favourably on her past every time it's brought up as a subject because of it. The easiest way to spot a Utonis person, or at least a Utonis girl, because this only applies to the women of the country, is that the more in touch they are with their magic, the more their village will tattoo them to symbolise their strength, if that makes sense. So like, to make a comparison, both Luna and Ellie, as I've established, came from Utonis. Luna came from a portside town. She has a tiny crescent moon on her collar. But the only reason she has that is to honour the history of her country, not because she actually grew up in any of those magical villages, right? While, actually I'll just retreat out of here so we can reset, or not for our grind. While, Luna, had to think for a second, Luna did grow up in that magic village, and not only that, she was one of the best in the business in her village. She is an extremely powerful magic wielder. So she wears a long sleeved shirt because anytime she doesn't, her entire left hand, like circling her fingertips, going up her wrist, going up her entire arm, and starting to curve slightly onto her back, is littered with tattoos of symbolic writing. She has spider webs covering her entire hand. She has like a family name on like the inside, like just below her armpit. Like she has, like her entire left arm is completely sleeved in tattoos because she is a really powerful magic wielder. So to symbolize that, she's covered. And she talks about, like, if it wasn't for the fact she was exiled, which I'll get to, she was literally just about to start getting the ones on her other arm. And she talked about the process of like how she's going to get her other arm covered, then it would be in her spine, then it would have been her belly, as in it would all circle around and meet to circle her belly, so only her chest would be left alone. But then it would circle her neck, and she'd even eventually get once on her face. Like once she becomes like for lack of a better word, a grand wizard. Like once she becomes a true scholar of the arts, it would have covered her. She would have had markings on her face as well. But because she was exiled, it stopped beyond her arm. And the reason why she was exiled is because of the types of magic. There are two types of magic that are looked upon in very different lights compared to the rest. And that is pure blood magic, or pure magic as I tend to nickname it in my story, or chaos magic. Chaos magic is tied to the lore. There are two moons, a white moon and a blue moon. The blue moon literally only shows up once in a blue moon. It only shows up when it's full. You can only see it in the sky when it's full. If it's not full, it's near, and you just can't see it full stop. The blue moon is the origin of all chaos magic, but it is always trying to reach out to anyone willing on the planet. The chaos magic grants a lot of power and allows you to do things you usually can't, like, you know, opening up miniature pocket dimensions to have infinite storage in your bag, which is what Luna uses it for, or to create like these interdimensional spikes of reality to pierce through time to attack people. Because it is considered a curse, and it is an extremely aggressive, deadly magic, it is
New data.
Seen as a crime against humanity to willingly allow it into your body.
Here we go.
Luna, not really believing in any of that shit, willingly allowed it into her body. She was found out, her village exiled her, including her own parents. But the only magic she can't use because of it is pure. Because pure takes a near lifetime of training, or to be born with it as like a talent. But next to no one in the world ever has that talent. And pure magic is the magic of the mind. It's the ability to... I'm only half focusing on my gameplay for the record, if you haven't guessed. It's magic of the mind. It's being able to read minds, being able to leave imprints on minds, being able to talk into people's minds. It's entirely mind magic, but it takes... like, even like the absolute grand scholars of those villages, they're elderly by the time they even start like learning the basics of pure magic, before they even manage to stand a chance at learning the basics of pure magic. Whilst all the rest, soul magic is healing. It's being able to repair injuries and cure diseases that otherwise cannot be done by normal medicine. It has its limits. Luna might be really good at it, but she's no expert. If it's a deadly poison, she can't help it. And if it's a severed limb, she can't repair a severed limb. It's only if like the injury is like a blunt dent or blood loss. She can seal wounds and restore blood, but she can't repair anything overly serious. Or if it's a minor poison, she can make the illness go away that brings from it. But it wouldn't have been deadly anyway, so it's not that necessary.
I'll show you what I got. It's over.
But to the rest of the main characters, as I said, Azel is our main character. She comes from Xenelheim. She executed everyone in her village in a demonic frenzy, was captured by the Marxan army of demonic depression, or the Mads for short. Are we getting less experience from that fight? Hang on, that didn't look like so many thousand. Let's kill this one.
Initiative. I'll do my
That
best.
didn't look like so many thousand. That looked like so many hundred. I don't know, my brain just misread it. If that's the case, then we're supposed to fight this final boss now. Sorry, I'll get back to my storytelling in a sec.
Here we go. New data. I got some.
Okay, no, it was okay. I was misreading. I missed a 0, and I was like, "What?" No. But anyway, the reason she carries on and eventually breaks free from that prison is that there was one survivor from her village, and she blames that one survivor for what led to her becoming a demon. Because what makes that transformation happen is extreme emotional response. Basically, like, if you're pushed to your absolute limit emotionally, and you have the primary curse, you can potentially trigger a demonic response. What it was is that her stepfather seemingly murdered her mother. And that, witnessing that, like, the betrayal of her stepfather, or or the seemingly betrayal of her stepfather doing that, and the loss of her mother all at once, set her off the edge and set her off into a demonic transformation. She went off in her fury, murdered everyone. It was the stepfather who eventually managed to stop her frenzy and knock her out, to stop her from troubling any more souls, despite the fact he was the last survivor. And so she wants answers. She knows that she's not a innocent person, and she's done terrible things and lives with that guilt, which is why she tries not to let herself get attached to anyone, and plays very cold and disheartened a lot of the time. But I'm saying "but" a lot. It's because I'm using it as a filler word to give myself time to think, you know. Yet, to use a different word. She still wants to know what happened and why it had to happen that way, and so is actively seeking him down, and has made it clear that if she doesn't like the answer she gets, she plans to kill him. When she eventually escapes, she is sensed by another demon, that being Lux, or Lux Charlotte. He is a Riverpudlian demon that lives in Moxon. And the reason why is because he's on the run, being a demon himself, because the Moxon army are after him too. And so with the help of his trusted assistant, which I'll get to in a minute, he hides in plain sight by running a pub in Pyre Village. So the mine workers don't ever notice that he's a demon, because the one thing that identified him as a demon is that he had dragon wings. But there are giant scars on his back now. He severed them off. He willingly had them severed off to hide his demonic side. So he literally clipped his wings. So to everyone else, he just looks human now. It's just that his physical strength is a lot higher, but in all intents and purposes, he's human. He got rid of the one identifying factor that made him be spotted as a demon. So he blends into the general public don't know anything. He's just a dude with good physical strength, who has a bit of a posh accent because he's from Riverpool. Even though he's rough around the edges as a whole, because he's had to fight his own battles a lot of his life. And he also grew up with Beta Line, which I'll get to later, so yeah, he's used to being rough around the edges because she's very rough around the edges. But part of his demonic power is that he can sense other demons when they're vaguely in the vicinity. Like, he just kind of gets like a hunch feeling out of it. And so when Easel managed to break out of the floating prison, which how she did that is because he had to land for repairs, and so she seized the opportunity by manipulating the head guard, because the head guard was trying to manipulate her anyway, so she just turned the tables on him.
Here we go.
But
I got some good data.
Sorry, my brain's frying again. Because I'm like poison. I need to heal the poison. Yeah. There we go. Anyway, as I was saying, but the big thing with Lux as to why he's on the run isn't necessarily just the Mads, is that one of the lead commanders of the Mads, like the Moxon army, is actually his sister Amelia. So there's an Amelia Charlotte running around, and she despises demons as a rule, and genuinely believes that when Lux became a demon, she lost her brother then and there, and it's just some, husk running around with a demon using his body. And so she's out for blood and desperately wants to, in her eyes, end her brother's suffering. Even if that's a little crazy if you look at the lore of how that it implies that he is still human and still has his personality in his life. He's not a husk yet. But Amelia doesn't see it that way. She sees it as she's already lost her brother.
Here we go.
But next is that assistant slash they're the assistant to each other. I think it'd be easier to describe them as partners in crime. That they work together, that they both help out each other, and that is Luna Min, the village, the secret village magician who is also now living in Moxon, working at that same bar. She's the governess of the pub. And although she's small, she's 5'0", has enough attitude and knows how to give lip when needed to kind of make sure people stay in line. While at the same time being friendly and charming enough that if you're nice with her, she's nice with you, kind of thing. Like, she's a pleasure to work with and a pleasure to be around, but if you get on her wrong side, you'll know about it. And she also has a pet cat that she keeps with her everywhere. Called Newt. I had to think what the cat's name was for a second. And Newt,
Here we go. New data.
Newt has some kind of spiritual understanding with Luna, so never leaves Luna's side. And like when she has to go out and traveling, she has a big bag that she carries on her left side that Newt literally lives in, and will just stay there happily all day, sort of thing, and then just hop out when it needs the bathroom. And so yeah, there's a pet cat with the story as well that always just kind of chills with the group. If someone's struggling with something, like Newt can like sense that a little bit, because you know animals are good at that, and like hop out the bag to go pester them for a little bit, or be picked up and hugged by them. It's a lazy sod, but it's the group's pet, you know.
I'll do my best.
But the reason why she's also with Lux and on the run is because although she is not a demon, she is pure human. She's been working with Lux for an extremely long time, so is just seen as an associate to the demon now, so she has to be on the run as well. If she's spotted by the Mads, she'll also be apprehended.
I'll do my best.
Or at least recognized, because she does end up serving Mads unaware in her pub from time to time. It's just usually it doesn't go anywhere to that. It's only usually when it's Amelia on their case they have to flee the town and go somewhere else.
I'll do my best.
Here we go.
After that, the last main character comprising our main party is Ellie Fee Boone, our flirtatious young lady who also is found in Markson, also in Pyre Village, and has known and sees Lux and Luna as friends for a long time. Like, they've known each other for a while, and so they help out each other, even if Ellie has a bad habit of never paying her a beer tab when she goes to the pub, and she just keeps on relying on her friendship to, you know, let it slide, but she's terrible with money and she always forgets to pay her tab. Annoying the two a little bit, but it ends up getting let slide. Her involvement in the party comes a little later on, but she does also end up joining the main group, but it's because she genuinely, after like a significant heart-to-heart moment with Azel early on, genuinely starts getting feelings for Azel, and so decides for herself she doesn't care if Azel's a demon, because Ellie is another human. She doesn't care if Azel's a demon. She likes Azel, so wants to spend more time with her. So even though Azel lives an extremely dangerous life, and Ellie is not a fighter by any stretch of the game, she's a pretty normal girl all in all. She just happens to like a demon and is very flirtatious. She chooses to tag along anyway, despite the danger, and chooses to stay by Azel's side, with Azel eventually, as time goes on, letting that wall lower a little bit, letting the mask go away to be a little bit nicer and softer around Ellie.
I did my best. Looks like I got stronger.
And so they all start in Markson, in the eastern country, with their main destination being, they plan to head... Okay, Pippin's nearly level 55. I think one more run through will be good to try that final boss again. And if it still doesn't work out, then holy shit, I'll figure that one out when we get to it. So I'm not lowering the difficulty because I'm so close to getting that goddamn trophy, you know? It'd be a real, like, kick to then not be able to do it. Can I synthesize? Yes, I can with the shards. Okay, I gotta get going. See you later. Alright, no worries, dude. Best luck with your D&D stuff. I'm just gonna sit here and continue talking about my goddamn story. But that's the general gist, to be fair, now that I've kind of finished my point. So the opening objective, obviously more things happen as time goes on. The opening objective is Azel wants to get to Abraldus Royale, the Prince of Reverpool, and also her stepfather, who moved to Zenelheim to escape his royalty at some point. To, you know, live with and for a while be married to Azel's mother before everything happened. And it's just because Lux and Lux and Luna are on the run. They tag along at first. They tag along because it's like, well, if she's on the move, we might as well tag along. Oh, missed a jump, but damn it. So they go on it whilst Ellie tags along because, you know, she's
New data.
infatuated. I was trying to think how to pronounce the word in my head before I said it. She's infatuated quite heavily with Azel.
Get ready.
And so the four set out, and it's what happens on their journey to there that makes up a lot of the first act. And I said that's the first act. Once they get there, a lot more happens, and they end up losing a fight against Abreldus, and they end up getting teleported because outside forces intervene. And where they end up is where Act 2 starts, and that's where I'm going to leave it, because if I ever do publish it, I don't want to, you know, just spoil everything. I don't want to ruin the fun. You you know, I want you guys to actually read it. But that's the general premise, and I hope, even if I didn't get into too much, because I'm obviously going to be vague with some details, I hope at least some of you, when I finish it, are interested in giving it a shot. I just like to kind of go through it and be like, okay, yeah, that was kind of interesting, or I like this, or I wasn't too keen on that, you know, things like that. So that's the biggest thing. I just want to publish a book and see what people think. To actually reach the end and be like, yeah, I did this.
New data.
And I could talk about those side characters, because I said I would. I'll start with Betaline. Betaline was adopted by the Rosenfolter family, as I established, and lived in those same outskirts. So literally, she's around the same age as Lux. I think she's like a year older. So the two grew up together all their life. And keep in mind, Lux is 25. I think it's like, hang on, I can check my notes actually. Where is he? Lux is 26, sorry. It's Luna that's a little younger, she's 23. Whilst Betaline, if I scroll down to her, is also 27, okay. Oh, whoops. I accidentally shut down the tab that had my chat on it. Give me 1 sec. There we go. Now I can see you guys again. Yeah, so they've known each other for like 26, 27 years, roundabouts. So they're more than used to each other and whatnot. But when they were 24, they were actually lovers and were about to get married. But Lux turned into a demon around that time. And accidentally, through his transformation, killed his own father. And what's interesting is, I'm doing it again. I don't mean to sound like I'm being egotistical. Like, this is interesting, I promise. It's to me, I found it interesting, so I wrote it, you know? Is that Betaline actually tried to cover up the crime. But in dealing with the shock of, you know, this person that she'd known all her life turning into a demon, it ended up setting her off as well and making her become a demon. Her demonic show is that her left eye is a snake's eye. She has a serpent eye. So she wears an eye patch all the time, which, because she's a pirate captain, or it became one, works out anyway. So people just think she lost that eye, when in reality she's hiding the demonic side. But when that happened, Lux in his panic ran away because he was scared that him becoming a demon would ruin everything and hurt more people he loved. And so because he ran away, he also abandoned that wedding. And when they reconvened 2 years later, times have passed since then, but there is still some lingering grudges. But Betaline's at least prepared to help someone she used to love, even if things aren't quite the same anymore. Like, there's a long history between them, and they're prepared to work together and help each other out, but things are still awkward between them a little bit. For other side characters, we got Hope, or Hope Royale, which is actually Azel's half-brother, because they share the same mother but have a different father. But Hope was another unfortunate victim of Azel's rampage, and something that's another thing that weighs on her and her guilt, because she loved her brother more than anything, and she murdered her own brother in a demonic frenzy.
Here we go.
Or at least that's as far as she knows from a demonic frenzy. What's beyond that? Well, we'll find. You'll find out when you read it, won't you? Well, I eventually finished the fucking thing.
Did it, Aaron.
Other side characters, like I said, Orida. Orida is actually a human, but he's a very powerful human who can stand his own in a fight. But loses. He doesn't get killed because Luna has a strict no killing rule in any fight. Because she's aware that because, you know, the demon had got, like, most demons end up killing someone because it's just the nature of their fate. A lot of them are desensitized to killing thereafter.
I can do it. Measurements complete.
So it doesn't bother them. They'll just do it. Whilst Luna, being a human who isn't exposed to that and isn't desensitized, she's like, no, I won't let you be monsters. None of you will be allowed to be monsters. I will ensure no demon will kill again. After they've become one, they will continue to be protective. So it enforces that Azel can't kill Orida when Orida had one of his men stab Ellie for really petty reasons, which is it's supposed to be like an early villain, like it's supposed to be a side character villain. That was like, I kind of debated whether making them so they redeem themselves and become a main character, or letting them become a villain and writing that out. And eventually, them being a villain became more interesting, so I wrote that out. But the petty reason is because Ellie, due to her being just like a nobody in the village and just doesn't have any physical strength to work in the mine, her way of making money is that she essentially sells herself. She's a lady of the night, but to use her words, people only ever get to see the top half. Like, she's still protective of her, you know, dignity. But because of that, it ended up to a disagreement with a drunk, and it led to a few things going wrong in Ellie's disservice, and it resulted in one of Orida's like right-hand men stabbing Ellie and leaving her to die. She survived, thankfully, because it was a gut stab and not anything like else more brutal. But it was like they want the rest of the team wanted answers, so tracked down Orida in his hideout, and when he resisted, it was like, okay, game on, we're fighting. But then when it got to the end of the fight, Luna insisted no to murder, which made him a reoccurring antagonist because he then hounded them down to fight again. And at that point, to make a point of like, even if I can't kill you, I am still way better than you, Azel severs Orida's right arm entirely in the fight. Using her sword, she completely cuts straight through it, like from the shoulder blade, and removes his arm like completely. Like, no discussion, it just, he gets fucked. But he still gets up later on and still tries to fight ahead and gets into one more fight, and in this one more fight he's fueled by rage and determination, and he actually becomes a demon and goes into his demonic frenzy whilst they're fighting, and so it becomes a matter of do or die. But it ends up not actually being Azel that gets the last hit. Azel gets pinned down and badly wounded, and it's Ellie, in her desperate attempt to save the girl that she likes, grabs a dagger and just dives in, and thankfully isn't noticed for long enough to get her attack in and mortally wound Orida, ending his reign in the first act. Beyond that, there's like every village has like one or two like small characters that are like tied to that village that are just kind of there, like the twin blacksmiths in Pyro village that Azel goes to after she escapes to get her sword. And they're a quirky duo, and both of them like have their own ways of advertising their goods, how they actually forge their wares, where they get some of their outsourced stuff, and they genuinely just have a bit of a sense of humor about them.
New data.
Oh, I never actually talked about the land, since we're going to be wrapping up my grind soonish. I said that Marxen was entirely a desert country. Reverpool, being so far north, is almost entirely covered in a blanket of snow. It's extremely cold. But the people who live there are more than used to it, because it's been like that for forever. And there's more than enough light sources, more than enough clothing options, more than enough everything to, you know, kind of keep people comfortable.
New data.
The Western is all tropical islands. And Zenelheim is just a bunch of islands making a collective, like a bunch of small, like, beachy islands. It's also similar to Marxen, with it being across the same, like, line of it, extremely hot. but it's treated as more of like a holiday destination because of the fact that it's all beaches and palm trees, you know? And it's all villages instead of big like industrial cities and whatnot. While Utonis is forests. It's more relaxed and more like natural. Like you got the port town at the top, that's a civilized city that like has its own like stone roads and paths. Has like a hot spring, has hotels and whatnot, has like established traditional businesses for like sewing or food or farms and yada yada. But it's just south of it is one giant ass rainforest with a volcano at the end. But that volcano is way too far away to be a threat to the people, even if it goes off like directly. Like the smog that might come to it might make it a bit hazardous, but as a whole, it's fine. The other reason that the rainforest is discouraged is that when there's thunderstorms in Utonis, they're not normal thunderstorms. They are unrelentingly strong, and they tend to hit those rainforests harder than they do the port city. And so people staying up there just makes sense. If there's ever a thunderstorm, they don't have to like be too alarmed about it. They might hear loud bangs in the night, but they're not going to be in any real danger.
My turn.
But beyond that, the actual village that everyone was born in, with the Xenolhymians, that being Azel and Betaline, Azel is born in Fluctus, you know, the village she ended up destroying, while Betaline grew up in Gothita. And Gothita village, still to this day, despite their history, secretly houses demons. If you're a demon looking for a place to lay low, go to Gothita and they'll look after you. Like, everyone there knows who the demons are, sort of thing. Like, it's no secret who's who. But it's a place to hide. But it's where Betaline was born. Then it's why she was adopted away, instead of just killed when she was identified to have a primary curse or something like that. Okay, I'm going to leave one more time, stock up on items, and then we're going to push to try that final boss again. And hope it makes enough of a difference, all that grinding. Do I have any swords that might be nice, like an attack boost? Without too punishing of a like drawback is what I was most hoping on. Geez, not really. Ah, yikes. What I can do though, because you know we've got a lot. Is bump up this. Okay, 500 to cap that out. Sure. Is there anything you don't have? Okay, there is something. Might still has 500. That is not worth 500. We need to get our revival rank to S to get that, I guess. That's an NG plus. Nice. Makes sense for her character to be able to do that. I wanted to max out yours as well, didn't I? Yeah. We got defense, a bit of a boost. You're super kitted out. I never did get Art of Theft to get the boost of stealing. It stopped being relevant, to be honest. Oh, I don't have enough. I was going to try and boost my defense a little bit more. Oh, I got some fairy stuff as well. Yeah, makes sense. We did do a lot of fighting. Alright, I'm going to save now, actually. In case it crashes, because I'm paranoid all that grinding will be thrown to waste. And then we're going to push up and try to fight the final boss one more time. If we can't win again, I will probably wrap up the stream and grind it out next time. But what I'll do then is next time I stream Fairy Fencer, I'll just accept going into the next playthrough, the next run, to make the stream longer. Otherwise, it'd just be the final boss and ending, and when we wrap up. You know, that wouldn't be fun. Damn it! I'm done with you now. You don't need to do this.
I'll do my best. Run.
Let's get up there. And I think there's a trophy for hitting level 99 in this game, so I'm going to have to do some grind work anyway. But hopefully the New Game Plus cycles will do a lot of the work for me in that regard. There we go. Damn it, I was trying to be cheeky. I still kind of can, but...
Here we go, got a deck.
And yeah, if you're sitting there going, well, hang on a minute, Rob, you talked about your main characters. There's one dude and 3 girls. That seems like a weird balance. It's not one of those harem things. No, Lux isn't the main character, Azel is. It's just because as a writer, I prefer writing female characters over male. I genuinely do. No matter how I handle it, I find male characters as a whole pretty boring to write. Lux being the exception because he's like the only real bloke of the main cast. Is that the sort of thing? And like his dynamic and his relationship to the others, at least to me, writing him makes him interesting to write. But as a rule, male characters I find very boring to write. Which it shouldn't, because ultimately it shouldn't matter to anything at all. It's just a weird thing with me. I always find it more enjoyable to have female characters and have female leads. And I mean, at the end of the day, there's not enough female leads in media, so why not? Huh? I mean, even this is a very predominantly feminine game, and yet we have Fang as our main character. Oh, I got a message from Mother. One sec. There we go. You know the rules. You can never say no to your ma. Right, let's proceed.
Show me what you got.
Hey, dude, he's gonna be here. It's like, all right, I am ready for a fair enemy here because oh, what the fuck?
Get ready.
I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Yeah, look, yeah, we are
Let's
rinsing him here.
I expect. Here I come. Rest
Here
in
we go.
peace.
You still that's still an insta kill though, the motherfucker.
My turn.
Let's go, eh?
My turn.
My light.
We'll
It's
stop
fading.
you, idiot.
You're.
Yep, Tiara rejoined. Right. Tiara didn't get any of that. God fucking. She got some of the weapon points, but oh god. Ah, fuck. She's gonna be. Yeah, we're gonna be on. It's gonna be protect the girl mode for a lot of this. But that's fine because. Oh right, no, we need to unequip everyone so we can actually associate again. And we also need to give you new armory. Pen of the Knuckle, what's that? Oh right, I said glaive for that, knuckle for got it. Okay, that's fine as is. Give her the... Make sure she actually looks the part. Right. You're all on Fair Eyes, so which was the Fair Eyes one? It was you. You're going to be squad leader, so where is... Yeah, it was you that was squad leader. You're very frail, so have that. Sure, because it's lightning anyway. And then you fill in the last box. Alright, let me just double check everyone's armor. Everyone is kitted out suitably. As in, like, no one has something else elsewhere. Nah, that's not enough of a difference to justify the jump. I will put you up on the souped up though. Alright. And see, it goes nothing. No, this is the forced loss, this one doesn't matter.
You may be strong.
This is the whoopsie doodle, you're still not strong enough, so it doesn't matter.
New data? My turn.
Let's do this.
Here we go!
Now, final boss time.
Don't let your guard down.
Behold my power!
My turn. Here we go! I'm ready!
Let's do this.
My turn.
Nice. Now it's just a matter of making sure we live.
Get ready.
I'll do my best. Here we go!
Oh right, her one limits. Which is a good thing she's got like attack range because her, like, yeah, her thing limits her movement range.
My turn.
Get ready.
My turn.
Get ready.
Ready data.
Okay. Alright, and so the bullshit begins. It's genuinely that crit rate that sucks. If it gets a crit, it just kind of seems to devour. Well, what am I using items? Do you have a heal?
Here we go!
Get ready.
Fuck it, let's go serious face.
I'm ready!
As my stomach rumbles, hopefully that wasn't too loud.
I can do it!
Fuck! Well...
This looks dangerous.
Let's do it.
Alright, don't do serious face. The defense drop is and doesn't do enough to help.
I'm ready! Impossible!
It's every time Fang dies, Tiara takes a drop. I notice. It's like she, you know, that's kind of an interesting little attention to detail. Frustrating for the sake of trying to keep on top of this, but it's cool. That she loses heart when, like, you know, he goes down.
Get ready.
Here we go!
Oh, that was only the shard? Ugh. Whoops. Where's full revive?
It all ends.
New data.
Fucking killed him again.
Sorry.
I won't give up.
It all ends here.
Get ready.
My turn.
No, I don't want everyone to. I don't want people too close. I don't think that'd be a good idea. I want to space people out a little bit.
I will save this world. You be gone with.
New data. My turn.
Gotta interrupt. Gotta interrupt.
Here we go.
That won't reach anyway. Who could do with help whilst we're here?
It all.
Get ready.
Fucking killed her anyway. Why did I even bother?
I can do
Let's do this.
Oh no, the boss goes next. I was about to just go, yeah, just go for it. No.
I'm ready. My turn. New data. My turn.
Ah, fuck it.
Go, eh?
Just use it. It'd be nice if you could fair ice. You're way off. And every time someone dies, you take a dip too. And it's always Fang. Jesus, Fang. What happened to you? You're supposed to be the main character. Ah, and I don't have enough MP to heal you up. Alright. Elixir!
My turn.
That's kind of bullshit.
I'm on
Get ready.
fire. My turn. I think I must curse it. I'll do my best. My turn. Here we go. Here we go. Stop.
It's not over yet.
It all ends here.
Curse it.
Going twice isn't so appreciated. Fang can heal himself. I was kind of looking at it and I was like, eh.
Here we go.
Fang can heal himself.
Don't count me out.
The power. I'm not. I must use with my. Take this.
My turn.
Is he dead? Oh, he's not! I was like, say, that's probably gonna kill.
My turn.
I'm putting a lot of faith here that he's not gonna do anything stupid.
I'm ready.
Who'd he kill? Okay. More people. I'd rather Ethel up.
With my.
My turn.
Oh, I say that, he just puts it back down again.
Let's do this.
With my divine.
Here we go.
Ah, god dang it. Alright, now it's just do or die. So I don't have any more pickups. Which means we might lose this again? Ah.
Let's do this.
Unless we get insanely lucky, we're absolutely going to lose this again, because neither of these two can revive. Alright, let's see. Oh, well, he's going to kill us in style, apparently. Yep. Jeez, still not enough, huh? Interesting. Hi. Well, we're going to be here an eternity if I keep on doing this. What I will do, probably, I don't know when, but at some point on stream I'm going to grind up some levels. And then once I'm grinded up and I'm satisfied, I will then do another stream. However, I did want to move on after today, so I will be. It's just at some point, maybe on that off day next week, on Tuesday, we'll come back to it. So tomorrow I'll be doing a different stream. But we will come back for this final boss to see how things end up eventually. So yes, we are doing yet another stream of this. Sorry if that's not the answer you guys were looking for, but what the fuck kind of grind wall is that shit? We grinded like 8 or 9 levels. We're literally using DLC equipment that's more powerful than expected, and we're still getting rinsed when it counts. You know? Unless he wants to item spam our way to victory. That's kind of to me. I'm probably missing something obvious, and people who love this game are going, no, it's actually a great final boss. You're just missing on X, Y, and Z. But as it stands, no, I will come back. So, thank you so much for watching and listening to me talk about my book. Like I said, tomorrow's live stream is going to be different. I don't know what I'm streaming yet, but I'm leaning on it being Castlevania. Sunday I'm taking off. Monday's Testament. Tuesday will be when I come back to Fairy Fencer, and then Wednesday will be Genshin. And then Thursday onwards, we'll work out when we get to it. I'll probably take Thursday off when we get to that, but either way, thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you on the next one. But until then, peace.